side of the ground here now. A few players getting to it. And Berwick Springs now just holding firm in defence here. That's a very, very long kick. Look at the wind take that one. Just stays in place. That's a boundary throw in.
Feeling for deliberate. Can you believe that?
Well, you would.
Oh, didn't even exist.
If you weren't sitting in this box and you were out there, you'd probably appeal.
I would have tried to pick the jolly thing up instead of letting it bounce along the ground out of bounds. Anyway, it's a throw in, centre wing. Look at that ball, just swivels about 10 metres in that breeze. Berwick Springs, plenty of numbers. Gembrook, Cockatoo come out with it at the moment. Handballs into open spaces. Everybody overruns the football. Nobody wanted to try and pick it up. Cristani tried to. Now he's in the middle of the back of his opponent. The umpire says it's okay, I'll ball it up. And they're right in the centre of the ground at the moment. 14 minutes gone. 1 goal straight. Gembrook, Cockatoo trailing Berwick Springs at 1-1. The umpire says I'll ball it up. Schultz got it nice and high. Got the resulting tap down as well, so clear to himself. And bounces around a little bit one way or the other. Henson gave it across to a teammate. Went one way. Duck back, did trot. Goes centre half forward. Opportunity now. Trying to pick the ball up. It's just bouncing all over the place. Was Frizzetto. He couldn't do so. And now he tackles the player with the ball. The umpire just lets him go. A little handball, then a little drop kick by Frizzetto at the same time. That's interesting as well. It's about 30 metres out from the Gembrook Cockatoo goal. Umpire just letting them play at the moment. Henson breaks out of the pack. Spins one way and puts the right boot into it and puts it straight through the middle for a goal. So the ex-skipper Liam Henson gets his first and the second on the board there to Gembrook Cockatoo. They go to 2 straight 12. Leading Berwick Springs 1-1-7. 15 gone, quarter number 1. Nice bit of play that one, Liam.
Yeah, it was indeed, and finished off very, very nicely by a man who has a very good first name, if you ask me.
L.I.am.
L.I.am, that's it.
No, it was a great bit of play, and normally had played on the back line the last few years, but playing around that half forward line at the moment, probably playing like a defensive forward, and did a terrific job spinning out of that pack, putting it through for a goal.
Back in the middle, good ball up as well. Both ruckmen probably had a little bit of a touch on that. Go again in the middle. Up it goes again.
Got a good leap, this young Schultz.
Yeah, he does indeed.
Wearing number 52. If he gets any better, I'll halve his number.
Yeah, the 26 is missing today. Josh Tilley still injured.
Yep.
As Leo made note to me this morning. He's still gutted. Ball's on the outer side, picking up the football there that time as well. She was taken a little bit too high. Free kick will be awarded. So we're going backwards to go forwards here. Here's Volta. Busy man of late the last couple of weeks. Plays on down the line. Goes inside forward 50. Who's there to leap? Oh, is that Wareham?
Yep. No, it's Burrito.
Oh, well, it's the big spud.
I thought he was going to call him Utima for a
He'll
minute.
go to the top.
Oh, here's Wareham.
There, he kicked it to Wareham. He couldn't quite get in front.
Look at this.
Snap around the
body.
body.
Go through.
Oh, you're kidding. Oh, gee,
come
I
on.
got it. Matt Frazzetto nearly pulled it off.
That went straight through the middle.
That's very, very funny, by the way, Leo. So I think he was going to call him Newton again.
I thought it went over everybody's head. 2-1-13, Gembrook Cockatoo lead Berwick Springs 1-1-7. 16 and a half gone, quarter number 1. That'll be a kick in from fullback.
So a very, very long kick. Look at the wind take that one as well. A bit of a drift across, and that almost a very good mark that time there by Russell, but couldn't quite take it. They keep the ball moving forward here though, Berwick Springs. That's a very good handball to the advantage. Has to run onto it though. That's a clever little knock on that time. Beautifully done there by Kaiser. Kaiser gets around. Oh, he's run into trouble though, and it's holding the ball. Beautiful tackle.
What a great tackle there. That's Pantorno.
Yeah, Pantorno putting on the handcuffs and goes with a short little handball that time to a teammate there in Weller. And Ferreira's got it, sells the candy, the big man. Look at him go. He just thumps the ball up in the air. The wind has caught that, and that one's not going anywhere. Yeah, running onto it first here is Carlian, I think it is. I'm trying to read Leo's handwriting. It's a little bit of a trouble for me, but that's all right. The ball continues to bobble along the ground. I'm sorry, Leo.
Blaming me because you can't read. Blame a primary teacher.
Certainly not. The ball continues to move forward, but Berwick Springs cut it off here for the time being. That kick just being thumped forward. But Gembrook with the numbers here, but the one man running onto it though that time was D'Amato.
I'll say Tomato.
Oh damn. Short little kick.
Oh, look at that.
Again, the wind is catching that one. Gembrook still with the numbers. Again, that's a smarter kick. Just a short little chip, not letting it get caught in the wind. And this is Alcott. Alcott back in board. Not a bad one.
They just desperately want to go to the other side. Sorry, Aiden.
That's all right. Piper's got it for the time being. Oh, Piper's kick smothered. Teammate getting onto it though, but Berwick Springs again have got the numbers here. That's beautifully done though there. Winning the football, taking it a dumping tackle there as Kaiser.
Not a sling tackle there.
No, it wasn't, but they're tackling hard, aren't they?
Yeah, that's it.
Must have been watching a State of Origin game there, and Oh, geez, that was a hard game. So back in the middle of the game. Up they throw it now. Schultz went up, Schultz went down, but the ball blew back over his head, so no one got within cooey of it. Ball that went there, in the back there also, I thought there, umpire let it go. Young Piper at the bottom of the pack's been pinged for incorrect. Oh, that's harsh. Oh, I still think you've got to tackle properly. And I think that's a little bit unlucky there, Young Piper, right in the centre of the ground. Berwick Springs with the free kick. Kicks it low. Oh, it's a bit low. Came off the boot a little bit funny, going towards the forward pocket.
It's a worm burner.
That's where you try to use the wind a bit too much, guys, and it just doesn't come off the boot properly. No. But that tackle there, I know when the Gembrook boy got pinged for it, but the only one to pick up the ball and then sitting on one's back really shouldn't be paid that way. I think in our local league should be paid in the back. Liam.
Yeah. Leo Gronewagen there with some expert analysis there.
Oh, no,
ball comes out the back, Piper handball. Yeah, if anyone's wondering why the ball call might be biased, it's because it is. Ooh. Ball goes towards goal.
And there's Liam stealing a gag from many weeks ago at Emerald.
Oh, yeah, Aiden, I've been told that he's got a few up his sleeve today.
I'm not sure he kicked that behind, but come out of the pack.
No, the good gag that I had actually couldn't be used because I was going to actually, at the toss of the coin, I was going to ask what the Gembrook end was kind of stupidly, but Leo mentioned what end was which and kind of ruined the whole thing.
I expected your stupidity, Aiden, so the kick's come out and fall back now. Gembrook just get a very short kick in from Taylor. Goes to the half-back flank, it gets very close to that band line. The umpire's just letting it go at the moment and now calls for a ball in. It's 2-1-13 leading 1-2-8. Gembrook in the ascendancy at this stage, 20 minutes gone. So far, a pretty good quarter for Gembrook Cockatoo. Skipper Basto back on the ground. He's just going to fill in that hole there at centre half-back, I would think. Over the back of the pack. Good tap out there. Was that a number 9 as well? And also, we haven't got him as well. Umpire just lets him go. It was bounced off everybody's head there. I thought Alcott did a bit of a head, but may have watched the soccer last night. Players is let it go. Berwick Springs, nice little handball comes out in the middle of the pack. A bit of fumbling going on. This bruise is affecting everybody. Nobody can pick it up. Simonson from Berwick Springs overhand the football. Back on that cricket pitch. Good tackle late also there by Michael Bourne. The umpire says there's no prior there. I'm going to ball it up. Right on that good length of yours, Liam.
Yeah.
Kicking towards Puff and Billy End.
Ball back up in the air.
There's a number 9 out there.
Hit out by our infamous number 9, who we do not have. Alcott got a kick away.
Hold on.
What's happened here?
Don't know. Sorry, mate.
A little bit of confusion here. I think the officiating umpire thought he heard the siren, but no.
It's a car.
Here we go again.
Wasn't Hillman, was it?
You wouldn't think so. Ball back up in the air. Still bobbling around on the cricket pitch area there. And the umpire will call for it once again. 13 plays 8, 21 and a bit minutes gone here in the first quarter. Basto got it out of the ruck that time. Can they clear it out of the mess? I don't think so. Owsley body around the footy. He's been good of weeks of late. Dan Owsley. Ball scrambles its way forward. Handball was just a little bit too hot for the goal kicker in Henson. Now it's tumbled out towards the broadcast side and becomes a little bit of a foot race here. Who's going to get to it first? You would think a Berwick Springs player. It's a good tackle there by Alcott. Taken to ground. Umpire circling. You can't pay that. There's no prior opportunity.
Yeah, that's the same as before. I do believe that should be played in the back, so we'll ball it up. Never mind. That's one each, and a bit of a pet 8. Alcott with it, centre wing, member side of the ground. Liam shaking his head. Be careful as the glasses will fall off. Oh, great little break out of the pack there. Goes straight across the side of the ground. Does young Piper looking for and trying to find. Ooh, over there. Who's that out there? Is that for it? It's Wareham is there. He's fallen over at inappropriate time. But they just have been going very defensive. Marked out there by the number 9 we haven't got. We'll try and find that out very, very soon. Kicks to the skipper in Basto, who dropped what he probably should have taken. Handball comes out and it frees up Berwick Springs and a shot on goal from about 25 metres out. Pretty much directly in front there by Keezer. And it has gone through for a behind, has it? It's just gone to the right. It has indeed. So an opportunity lost into the Titans. 1-3-9. Berwick Springs trial Gembrook Cockatoo 2-1-13. We've been going 22.5 minutes in quarter number 1.
Yes, indeed. Might be a short quarter. You never know. Might be a short game. Not a lot of scoring at the moment. That is a poor, and well, I wouldn't say poor kick in. That is just a dangerous kick in. And it's being cut off by Simonson, who's looking at his options. He'll slam the ball to the top of the square. Who's going to fly? It was a few hands out the back. Couple of pushes around maybe. That's a dangerous handball from the ruckman in Basto. Put his teammate under all sorts of pressure. Owsley was there. He didn't get it. His teammate gets the snap. Goes to the top of the square. Has that carried the lot of them?
Oh, wait, no.
Umpire says touch, referee behind.
Off Nelson.
1-4, plays 2-1, 23 and a half gone, first quarter.
So, yeah, the kick in there should have... The fullback could have run further and put it over that defender's head, but it was just a poor kick with the breeze, so don't think that's going to take place again. Umpire says, come on in now. Kicking duties this time. Went the way of Weller. Goes right to the defensive side of the ground. Oh, that's a good mark in front. Berwick Springs taking a very good strong mark there. Looked like Malik out there. It is. Took it in front of Ferrito. Goes short. Tries to put it in the centre of the 50, but unfortunately the wing gets hold of it and just straight in the hands of Colin Bastow. Doesn't like to kick the football. Wants to give it off every time. Sometimes that's not the opportunity. Short kick there. Standing tall was young Taylor from Gembrook Cockatoo. Right on top of that 45-metre arc. Wants to play on. Handballs over the top to puts a player like Henson under pressure. Goes back and there's the old 1-2. Trying to handball their way through. Wareham gets it across. Unfortunately couldn't be held there, but it's good, well backed up by Cristani. Puts it in that forward pocket. Wareham in the leading in the race for the football there towards the old forward pocket scoreboard area. Picks it up one way, dives the other. Here he goes. And it's Wareham. Has kicked a point. Miles Wareham. Did say 6-2 and one out in the full. There's one of the behinds. 2-2-14. Gembrook Cockatoo. 1-4-10 Berwick Springs, and we've been going 24, nearly 25 minutes, quarter number one. And I'll wait till that wind just seems to have picked up even more, gents.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to see much from this angle.
Oh, you can't? Well,
Leo,
the wind will blow the ball back for you,
yeah,
Leo. Look at that.
Very helpful. Went through the hands there that time of Baselli. Comes to ground. Being held without it, and the opportunity free kick, Paley correct, would have gone to the way of Bourne. The advantage was paid, and there was no advantage at all because Owsley cut it off and kicked it to the outer side of the ground where it's been picked off by Macrod Mitras, who slams the ball inside forward 50. Back first was Ferrado. It bounced a little bit unkindly for him. That was Michael. His kick was smothered off the boot. Gets to about 35-40 out from the home of the Berwick Springs goal line. And holding the ball has been adjudicated there. Free kick to Gembrook as they come away on the outer side. Aaron Ferrado. His kick was smothered. And now that's not going to go anywhere on the outer side. We'll have a ball up as we nearly ticked into the 26th minute.
Yeah, a bit of smothering taking place. This player's not aware of the opposition in front of them at the moment. Ball up, Bastow taps it straight down the ground. William Henson tries to put his left boot into it. Absolutely nowhere. Handball came out. There's a whistle on play. Free kick, Berwick Springs. Could have been kicking in danger. I'm not sure there was a boot that went in there. And way on the outer side of the ground for us. And the centre just past the wing area. Goes into the centre of the forward 50. That's pretty good. Bastow in front. Had two goes at it. Couldn't hang on to it. Puts his big backside into the pack. Just splits them open. Handball came out of the back of the pack there by Gembrook Cockatoo, but they've lost it once again. A little handball now. What are they doing? They put themselves under a lot of pressure. Quick handball over the top by Weller. They just need to get the boot into it and get it out of there. They do so now. Goes up to centre wing. The wind holds the footy up. No one can take hold of the mark. Umpire says play on. There was a free kick played to Gembrook Cockatoo. They play on straight away over the top of the head there of Wareham. Unfortunately couldn't hang on to that. And Berwick Springs through numbers, but Gembrook have got it back once again. Wareham good enough to go back and goes back a second time. Handball over the top into absolutely no man's land. Who's there? Two Berwick Springs players pick it up. Oh, good little bump laid on after they kicked. Oh, I'm not sure about that, but umpire says it's a free kick picked up on the left foot. Green has kicked one goal. Good kick and good mark and spot up there to Morris. Got a couple of cars playing, haven't they? Hillman, Morris. Goodness gracious me. But yeah, not sure about that free kick. I thought it was pretty fair bump just as he kicked it. Umpire says it was after he kicked it. And Morris. About 30 metres out. Probably a good spot to kick from here. Still will drift left. Just got to allow for a bit of the breeze. Or punch it in pretty hard. Dyson Morris. On the left foot. That's a good place. Oh, he put it in the right spot. That's a well-judged goal. And you wonder why some of the AFL blokes don't do that. And it's a lovely goal there to Dyson Morris of Berwick Springs. Puts them right back into the hunt. 2-4, 16. Puts them in front of Gembrook Cockatoo. 2-2-14. We've been going 27, almost 28 minutes into this first quarter. Just a bit of overuse of the football, I think, there, Aidan, by Gembrook Cockatoo. A lot of handballs there when they're probably not necessarily in the right spot to do so.
Yeah, that's it. I think they're just trying to avoid that long kick down the line because, as you can see, the wind's just cutting it off completely. And not only is it falling backwards, it's also just drifting away. So I think they're just trying to wait for a few shorter options to open up, which is probably going to be the way to go, kicking against the wind.
First lead change of the afternoon. First lead for Berwick Springs. Ball back in the air. Pantorno got hands on the football, although the ball is just slowly making its way out of the centre square, favouring that Berwick Springs end of the ground to the right of your radio dial or screen. Taylor kicks it to the outer side to just absolute vacant land. A couple of players, one from each side, trying to meet the ball at its bounce. Macrod Mitras got the handball, and he eventually gave it off to a teammate who kicked it down the line. Aaron Ferredo was there. He's been wrapped up and eventually had the ball stolen off him by Carl Lyon. Kicks it up in the air. Free kick for something, I think it's too high. Free kick going the way of the Titans. Can they score here before quarter time? And got a handy little 8-point lead. Ball is slammed inside the 50. At the back, trying to get hands to it. That would have been, at the time, Nelson, and it's just been rushed through from behind. 2-5 plays 2-2. 29 into the 30th minute of play in this quarter. Just dominated the last couple of minutes here, have the Titans. But in the conditions, as tricky as they are, just can't get the result on the scoreboard as the ball is sent back in, high up and under. Comes to ground, Volta goes for a gallop, desperate to get it onto that outer side of the ground, Leo, as you've already made mention of it. And he's turned it over, unfortunately, to Aidan Nelson, who marked, going back with the fly to the football now. He'll send a little tumbler inside 50, slip through the hands there that time of Bourne, comes to ground. Picking it up there was Frazzetto. Still comes to ground. They need to get it out of here. Just get the ball out. Handball comes to Alcott. It just sat up in the air for a little while longer than he would have liked. Kick down the line is good. That'll be marked. They can try and settle it down here from here though, but Alcott, who's been busy in this quarter, it was a beautiful kick, Aidan, just slipped through the hands, unfortunately, comes to ground. Alcott again. Fourth disposal in about 25 seconds, if you don't mind. Sends one on the outside of the boot to about 40 out from home, where the wind did take it favourably towards his teammate, but wasn't brought to ground, and eventually the ball has gone out of bounds on the full, and I can take a breath.
Can indeed. There's plenty of time to take a breath, but unfortunately, the rules really come back into play. It's gone straight back down the centre of the ground. Berwick Springs on the attack. They're almost back into that forward 50. They are so now. Can they pick it up, dodging one way then the other? Looks like Caselli with it. Into that forward pocket they go. Over the back of the pack. Oh, big spoil there. Boom. Punched straight out of bounds, and it was well done over there by Daniel Welsh. Nearly 31 minutes gone. I think the time on just through the fact that the footage going over the fence, and takes a bit of time to get back. It's going to be a throw in. 17 leads 14. The Titans in the front. With the aid of a pretty stiff breeze at this stage here at Gembrook Cockatoo. Gets thrown in. Could have been in the back. Umpire said, no, that's okay. I'll let you get away with that. Could have seen that one, I think, Liam.
Yeah, I think we both did. Well, I think we were in agreement there for a change.
Yeah, that's rarity. Umpire balls it up just outside the 10-metre square there for Berwick Springs. Who can get out of this at the moment? It's been picked up there and handballed by Nelson. Gave it across to a teammate who has a ping it goal. And it has gone through for a behind. So another one to Berwick Springs there, 2-6-18. I think it's the man running towards the bench. 31 and a half gone into the first quarter.
Give it to him. It's
I think it might have been Nelson. Wonderful kick. It doesn't matter. It's only a point. Just waiting now for the fullback to come back and kick it in for Gembrook Cockatoo. They're overloading the zone on the defensive side up Berwick Springs, forcing a kick up the middle of the ground. Well done there by young Piper. It goes down to the centre half back. Nobody can do too much about it at this stage. Was that a high tackle? Umpire probably got blindsided there. It's going to be a ball up. 60 out from the Titans goal. Gembrook certainly wouldn't want to give away another score before quarter time. Schultz does well. The tap out drops back into his hands. He couldn't get a kick on ball. And as you can just hear in the background, the temporary siren in front of our temporary pavilion goes for quarter time. It's the Titans leading at quarter time, 2-6-18. Gembrook Cockatoo 2-2-14. That went just on 32 minutes. The goal kickers on the park for Gembrook Cockatoo. Well, Michael Freda kicked the first goal within a minute. The other goal going to Liam Henson, and for Berwick Springs, Corey Green just kicked one goal. The second one by Dyson Morris. We'll go back to our studios of Yarra Valley FM for our short quarter time break. We'll hopefully have some scores from in and around town when we get back. Thanks, Neil. Second quarter, going into the ruck there, Baselli for Berwick Springs and Bastow for Gembrook Cockatoo. Liam Vertigan, take us away.
Alrighty, I'll give it my very, very best. Ball back up in the air. Second quarter underway. Bastow got the immediate tap down to ground. Thank God we got the number. Matt Nelson gets a clearing kick. Didn't go an awful distance. West went straight up in the air. Owsley slams it onto the boot to about 55 from home.
Defensive punch.
Fisted away nicely there that time. And that should find the sanctuary of the boundary line, although, no, it stays in. Now it goes out, and we'll have a boundary throw-in.
That's the old scoreboard out in the outer side there, roughly where the Falcone sign is. And the old one we used to come out with the little numbers and put them on the old nails. I remember it well.
Ball back in. Nice hit out there that time by Green, who's found himself in the ruck once again. Umpire asks for it straight away. Take 3. Can they clear it out? Basto again out of the ruck. Owsley trying to pirouette and spin himself out of trouble. Did so nicely. Got a little disposal free. That time it was to Macrod Mitras. And once again found the sanctuary of the boundary line. Take number 4. Something might get pinned out. It's just that feeling I've got.
You hear the wind through the effects, Mike. It's really, really howling at the moment.
It's a Chris Gale.
It is.
Ball back in. Green again. Simonson spun it onto the boot. Now they might get a little bit of free air inside forward 50 here. Bounce kindly, although that handball wasn't too kind, but now Gembrook Cockatoo got to be careful and try and get the ball out. Flying shot on goal, that might have gone out of bounds on the full, has it?
Goal umpires have signalled anything. He hasn't signalled out in the full or anything. The boundary umpire's finally caught up. Said it is out in the full, but I think the goal umpire can help the boundary umpires there by signalling.
Aidan would know that.
What's that?
About goal umpires signalling a certain signal to indicate to the boundary umpire if it's out in the full or not.
Oh, well, if they stick the arm out, that's on the full, and they stick the arm up, it's out of bounds. So, yeah, it
certainly is.
So, it's always communication between the boundary and goal umpires. It's very important.
Frito leads out in front, got a little bit of push in the back. Umpire says no way, and from full back, after you two blokes decide what a goal umpire should do, it's gone out of bounds in the forward pocket.
Right.
That's what happens, Leo, when we just start talking about rubbish. You know, we get the ball moving.
It's not rubbish. This is serious business. This is umpiring.
And you know, when it hits the post, you've got to hit the post 3 times. Is that right? Otherwise, it doesn't count. So throw in forward pocket. The puff and Billy ended the ground, which Gembrook kicking this quarter. Nice little tap out by Warren. Didn't go to anyone in particular. There's a lot of players there around the football. Umpire's just hovering around. And umpire Carroll says, "I'll ball it up." And defending this time, Berwick Springs. I'll put plenty of numbers behind the footy, I'd imagine. Up she goes again. Nice tap out this time by Sally of Berwick Springs. Got it towards the boundary line. I think it will win. No, it's been tapped back in. Well done there. Players are just trying to get the football in. Little handball quickly came out there by Mastriani. Off Berwick Springs to a teammate who puts it up centre wing. Well done. Worked his way in front. Took a very good strong mark there in D'Amato. Wants to play on straight away. On the left foot. Out in the open spaces. Good lead. Good kick. Mark should have been taken. Not good enough there, but good enough to go back and get it was Nelson. This is Tom. Plays on straight away. Unfortunately for Berwick Springs, no one there in a blue and white jumper. It's going to be a mark taken by Gembrook Cockatoo. Centre wing once again over the back of the pack. It kicks a bit high for Orcott, but he tapped it out in front of himself. Looking for a handball now and on running. Did quite well. Orcott followed up quite nicely. Goes towards the... Oh, the boundary line's just gone out of bounds on the full.
Yeah, he kicked it to us.
Nearly did indeed. And the free kick going to go the way of Berwick Springs.
Oh, be fucking in the bar!
Oh, boy. Okay. Kick.
Dogs are barking.
Yes, they are indeed. Free kick taken here by Berwick Springs. Taken by Hocking.
Basto, the only one there. And he likes to handball. He doesn't like the kick.
Yeah. Alcott. Been busy today, hasn't he, Alcott? Very, very... Oh, God, it's been kicked to the person on the front. It's nearly kicked into the recycling bin.
Well, you handball to a bloke who's got no open space. Then has to handball to a bloke who's got to kick walking backwards, and this is the result. Sometimes Colin Basto's just got to hang on to the footy a bit or get back a bit and create a bit of space. If you're handballing close to the man on the mark, you put yourselves under a lot of pressure.
Rattle to Hocking. Hocking sips over. Are they going to switch play from here? No. That's a brave kick. Oh, just got there in time. That's Rattle again. Just charging at it was Bryce Waring. Rattle plays on. Nearly rattled my words there. That's just bobbled out of the hands there. Still got to be careful to try and get rid of the ball on the outer side. Owsley have a nice handball.
Oh, dear.
Wanted to go to Hillman, but it was cut off by Crestani.
No, don't read that handball.
Goes to Taylor. As you heard by Leo, wasn't good. He spat the dubby. The pen's got on the ground. Handball came from Rattle. Going spinning and inside out was Morris. Morris sends a dangerous one to the middle of the ground. Here is South. Got the body over the ball. He's been wrapped up in a tackle. The umpire's going to pay hold the ball.
That handball there, totally unnecessary. You know, you've got boots on your feet for a reason, and sometimes you just don't need to handball. Someone's got to kick it, whether the bloke who's handball received gets the kick in or you get the kick in. There was no advantage in that handball whatsoever.
Warland goes to the outer side. Warren put his hands up in the air to try and cut off the ball. Couldn't do so. Hocking went for a little gallop. His kick was no good. Bounced in front of a teammate, but picking it up nicely was Kurza. And he's been pinned for holding the ball.
Knocked out in the tackle there, Kurza, but pinned for holding the ball. Here we go again. Gembrook Cockatoo. Nobody can judge the flight of the footy. Little old 1-2 tap there. Grab it, young fella, if you can. That was Verhagen who got it out. An opportunity now to go into that forward 50. They do so long. Over the back of the head there goes Wareham, but it's going to be rushed through for a behind to a Gembrook Cockatoo. That's the first score this quarter. They go to 2-3-15. They trail Berwick Springs 2-6-18. 6 gone, quarter number 2. Hanging on quite well at the moment, Berwick Springs. But you just want to get down there quickly. You've got a bloke down there by the name of Michael Ferrito. You get it down there in a one-on-one situation. It's going to work out a lot better. Long kick by Macro Demetrius by Berwick Springs. It was a good long kick. The mark's been taken by Gembrook Cockatoo. Ferrito says, get it in here quick. That just went wobble, wobble, flop, and it landed in the hands of Miles Wareham, who so far has only kicked 1 point. None out in the full.
Don't jinx him.
Not going to jinx. This is a perfect spot to kick from, boys. Right goal post just outside, and it will just drift back in. We saw a beautiful goal kick in the first quarter there by Berwick Springs. Dyson Morris using the breeze well. So Wareham on the left foot as well. He's got it up nice and high, nice and straight.
Yes. There we go.
It's 1-1. Hey, you just got to love those left footers, don't you?
None out on the full.
None out in the full. We've gone to 3-3. We've gone to 3-3. 21, Gembrook Cockatoo, 2-6-18. We're going to be saying that a lot. Berwick Springs, 7 minutes gone in quarter number 2. Much better play. Just got to get the ball down there as quick as you can. Handball just gives you opportunity for the opposition there just to get back and roll back. They're going to be Michael Ferrito conscious, I think, guys. And if you can try and get it in there quicker, he'll be more chance of being a one-on-one.
Well, didn't he say before the game he's only playing the 3 quarters?
I think he's wanting to go and what was it? There's a function on somewhere. I think he said. So don't be surprised if he gets a bit of a tight calf coming into the last quarter.
Anyway, Schultz won the tap down there, and Berwick Springs just going backwards here to go forward.
Good tackle.
Getting onto the ball there that time was number 12. That was Mastriani.
Oh.
It's a free kick holding the ball.
Hold the ball.
Another tough one, and as you can hear, Len Vertigan not too happy about that one. But anyway, the free kick going to Damon Hutchison. So he looks around. Quiet under ball, not a very good one, although...
Oh, that's a magnificent mark. Pay that.
Absolutely magnificent.
That'll be one of the highlights of the day as well.
And continue to move the ball forward here. So this is just a bit of a slow build here from Berwick Springs, and probably the way to go with that strong breeze going down the wrong end of the ground for them. It's a bit more of an up and under ball, but not too bad. Ball spoiled. No clear possession yet for either side. It's just along the ground here. Eventually they get a kick away towards goal. But that goes out of bounds.
The goal umpire puts his hands behind his back.
Yes, that's where they've got to be. So he came out and...
No. But he doesn't signal if it's out in the full or out of bounds.
No, he did that time. He stuck his arm out.
Well,
goal umpire didn't.
The goal umpire didn't. He just put his hands straight behind his back.
Oh, if the boundary umpire can see it, then it usually doesn't matter so much. But yeah, the communications generally...
It helps.
Yeah, it goes both ways. Anyway, the ball continues to go up the outer wing, and Berwick Springs have won it back once more. Slapped away that time there by Green. Ball continues to save play, and they're about to go inside 50 again here, Berwick Springs. So this is not a bad looking kick. Is that a mark taken there?
Absolutely.
Yes, it is. Beautiful mark by Tomato. And he can go back, and as Liam's finds that one quite amusing. And Tomato can go back in line to kick Berwick Springs' second goal for the afternoon. Haven't seen too many so far.
It's a perfect spot again, that side of the ground. It's a very simple kick. The goal's open a bit, and it's just straight on that left goal post.
Yep.
You've got to kick it hard.
Tested the breeze out, the Matthew Lewis style, the grass up in the air, so Tomato.
Don't need to throw the grass.
Nice, steady approach. That's a pretty good looking kick. Goal umpire doesn't move too much. He's put it straight through.
Yeah,
Berwick Springs get one back.
It's a pretty easy kick from that angle, and yeah, just it was a very good strong mark. So they're right back into it again now. So they go to 3-6-24. They lead at Gembrook Cockatoo 3-3-21, 9.5 gone into the second quarter. And even though that's defensive when you get to the wing area, it is the attacking pocket when you get down to that forward pocket area, down at the road end or the Gembrook end of the ground here at Gembrook Cockatoo. Just trying to overuse the footy a little bit, I think, Gembrook Cockatoo at the moment. They just want to get the football pretty quickly if they can. So it's back in the middle. Umpire Lazarus throws it up in the air. Nobody gets direct hit out, but a bit of a quick clearance out there by Berwick Springs through Ousley or Owsley. I always thought it was Ousley. Owsley's good enough too. He knows who he is. Little handball over the top once again. Gembrook Cockatoo. That's just these chain of handballs. They just put themselves under so much pressure if they don't hit their target. And it's going to be pretty hard in this wind. They've turned it over once more. It's been picked up here by Ousley. Goes out to the centre wing. And the mark's been taken there by Morris. Plays on straight away. Fumble at the half volley. Couldn't pick it up in the second attempt. Was Aiden and Nelson. Tries to go back once more. Picked up again this time by Morris, who followed up quite nicely. Puts it in that forward 50 for Berwick Springs. There's a lot of Gembrookians out there. Go one way, go the other. Another handball over the top. It's in the hands of Ferrito. Aaron, where does he want to go? Towards the defensive side. And Smith picks it up and plays on straight away. A little bit of pace showing out there on the outer side.
How far?
Oh, far enough. He's only run 30 metres. That's all right. Hands ends up with it. Handballs it to Michael Ferrito. Over the top they go. Nobody there to receive the handball, and they've turned the football over once again. Oh, it's unnecessary. Michael Ferrito tries to clean up what he messed up.
You're not getting out of that.
And it's going to be a ball up. It's there again, an unnecessary handball, just in the open spaces. They're just trying to move the ball forward, but in the breeze, it's going to affect the handball as well as the kick.
Michael Ferrito, of all people, to panic too, Leo. It's a bit of a strange one. You think you wouldn't be too worried about that?
Ball back up in the air. Schultz got the tap down that time, but only as far as the Titans player who cleared the ball. Code picked it up. Handball back to the middle. What a cracking smother by Simonson off the boot. Allowed Nelson to pick up the ball. It was Tom at the time, put his teammate under immediate pressure, and the umpires played a free kick for too high. Free kick going the way of Green. Smack bang in the middle of the ground, not a short length near the cricket pitch. Short ball was on. The mark has been taken by Carlyon. Carlyon gets told to go now. His kick was put in front of a teammate who got a very kind bounce. Shrugged the tackle, smothered off the boot of Code. Overcooked the handball though. Just barging himself through too was Carlyon, and the umpires paid another one for hold the ball. They are absolute. Look, yeah, you've said it. Red hot on it.
Red hot on it. Oh, look at that
At least it's consistent.
Well, yeah, that's the point, Aidan. But I still think half of them they haven't had prior opportunity with it. But by the way, we move forward. Long sleeves there, picking up the ball that time was Macrod Mitras, and he's coughed the ball up that time and found Schultz. Handballed over. That's going to come off, you would think, although it went through the hands that time of Bryce Wareham. Comes to ground. Macrod Mitras threw the body in. He might have to throw the body in again, but well done by Bryce Wareham. Yeah, hello to you too. They'll go inside forward 50 here. Will Gembrook Cockatoo. Who's going to get there? Comes back. The other Wareham, that is Miles, sorry, I should say. Has, no, it was too quick for him. And it just bounced out of bounds for a throw in. Just interacted with the local crowd here.
Liam's cheer squad, mate, they just come by. Yep. It's amazing how they hold the I Love Liam signs up, but never mind.
All yours, Leo.
We'll throw it in when we get hold of it.
We just need, yeah.
A couple of plans going through the Vex mic. We all know where you're going for tea now. It's all right. Head down to the Clamotus. He's a good pub. Throw in, forward pocket. Puffy Billy into the ground here at Gembrook Cockatoo. Just blew over the edge and someone had to go and get it. Nobody can get hold of that. The wind did and just rolls straight back onto the ground. A lot of players are around the ground. The umpire lets it go and there's another one of those red hots. An incorrect disposal, just as it gets disposed of, when in the tackle, sometimes you want to play on now. Here they do, the umpire says now you can. Well, this could be a dangerous kick. Berwick Springs going to the attacking side. Great effort there by Wareham. Was that a trip? Umpire said no. Little kick off the ground, unfortunately there for young Taylor. And it's been scuttled out of bounds for a throw in front of the Berwick Springs coach's box. A couple of interchanges going on straight away. 14 minutes gone. 21 trails 24. The Titans in front.
Ball back in. Front spot that time. Michael Ferrito found himself in the ruck. Eventually gets the handball away to his brother, I'm pretty sure it is, Aaron Ferrito. Macrod Mitras gave it over to Rattle. Rattle's gone. Yep.
That's ball! That's shot ball!
I've never seen so many, I'll call it holding the ball decisions given, actually.
Yeah, they've been absolutely red hot on it today.
Piper's got the ball there, boys.
Oh, you've been picked up by the locals. I wouldn't be surprised if that's our man from Kilcunda Bats.
It is, and welcome to you, Jason.
And quickly, Brisbane by 7 points at half-time. Adelaide by 9 points at half-time. Set shot from here would have to be a damn good kick into the breeze.
I'll tell you what.
Oh, I'll tell you what, he's given it a red-hot crack. It's got the carry!
That's a terrific goal, isn't
That
it?
is a brilliant use of the breeze there. That is magnificent by Reece Piper.
Yeah, my word, Aidan, Reece Piper from about 55, if you don't mind, gave it an awful lot of air. And as you said, Aidan, I think you've nearly blown a woofer valve. You've gotten that excited about it like me.
Oh,
I reckon you blew a bit more of a valve than I did, but still. Anyway, the ball's going to go back into the centre here, boys, and that'll really lift the Gembrook boys, you'd think, that goal there. How far out do you reckon that'll be
about
here?
55, 60, but it is a boy we said we should look after. And Gembrook, Jason's normal Gembrook breeze up here, mate. Don't worry about it. It's all good. It's not like he'll come to Bass.
No, that's it. Basto won the tap down there, but Berwick Springs are the ones getting the ball moving forward. That kick, a bit of an interesting one, though, just spraying out towards the wing. It's Gembrook who get to the ball first here, but the ball just trickling on the ground now. It's Gembrook again. Ball continues to move to the outer wing, heading towards the boundary line. Here we go now. There might be a chance to move the ball inside 50, but no, again, no real clear possession here. Now Berwick Springs, and ball paid again. So
No, holding the man.
Holding the man, was it? There we go. So going to go. Berwick Springs continue to move the ball forward. That kick not a very good one though. Straight over the top of the teammate. Tackle laid there that time there by Carl Lyon.
In the back.
And now it's going back the other way. Big Ferrito's got the ball now. I think he's given it to Basto.
Is there even a chance to play on there? Sorry, Aidan.
That's all right.
Don't think so.
Not 100% sure. Anyway, had the ball
Well, I
there.
thought the free kick went to Basto and Frito had it. There we go. He's got it again.
Ferrito with a handball here, this time to a teammate that time, and Henson's going to have a shot at goal. Hang on, what's happened here? Another whistle.
It's a goal, but the umpire's actually paid a free kick that Berwick Springs on. He's paid a throw.
Don't tell me he's given 25 away as well.
Well, he's kicked it after the secondary whistle, so it is a 25-metre penalty, but he's actually paid it. Michael Frito's got what is going on. He says he's paid a throw.
Very interesting. So Henson apparently put it through according to Leo, but the umpire's paid a free kick and a 25-metre penalty.
Well, Frito's standing on the mark here at centre half forward. Umpire Carroll standing up the far end saying, the mark's actually up here, mate.
Yep, that's it. So Frito's there is Frito trying to stand the mark, but
well, that's a bit more than 25 metres if he's at that end. No, hang on.
No, hang on. 25-metre penalty.
Going on.
Playing on there was Damon Hutchison, and he wasted absolutely no time. The kick not really heading into teammates though. The ball back in the middle of the ground. Wareham of the Bryce variety couldn't quite get onto it. Trying to pick up the ball at ground level that time there was Carl Lyon. Now the ball comes out. Gembrook have got it again. Ball trickling to the ground.
Leo's about to burst a valve here.
No clear possession. The umpire's going to come in to ball this up, I reckon. No, ball comes out. So, and it's Bryce Wareham. He's taking in a tackle
on the ball.
No, it's going to be balled up this time.
Well, your guess is as good as mine there, LIM, and we'll have to see what happens. But
that's it.
You know,
stoppage at half forward. Thumped away that time there by Russell. And no real clear possession again here, still getting the ball that time. I think it was Aidan Nelson. He's taken the tackle and it's holding the ball.
What's the stats on that, Leo?
I've got no idea, probably 20 each.
Long kick down the line, beautiful kick hitting up a teammate that time. Beautifully there to Cristani.
I love Cristani. It's that little fried bread you buy, isn't it?
That kick's an interesting one and it's cut off that time there by Russell. And Russell wasting no time, high up and under ball. Breeze taking a little bit. Who's out the back here for Berwick Springs? At that time, I think it was Pasado, but he can't quite get onto the ball, and Gembrook get it clear for the time being here. And they got the numbers running onto it here. I think is Taylor. Taylor with a handball over the top there to a teammate in Aaron Ferrito. He gets the ball moving forward here. This is to Miles Wareham, who can't quite take the mark. Wareham picks up the ball at ground level. He handballs to Ferrito. Ferrito trying to sell the candy. It looked like he got taken high. Yes, the umpires picked it up. And Ferrito wheels around to the right boot. It's not a bad looking kick. It's a goal. Spun Ferrito. Magnificent bit of play there. Eventually, Gembrook getting it down their end. And that is a beautiful goal there. They've got back-to-back goals here, Leo.
They have indeed. I didn't think he should have played on, to tell you the truth, but he knows himself better than anyone else. It was a good kick. But some of these little handballs, they want to handball under pressure. Get a kick into it, get it out in the open as quick as they can, because all you're going to get it to another player is going to be tackled by the same tackler, and they're lucky to get away with that, I think, Gembrook Cockatoo in the finish, but they certainly did need that goal. 5-3-33, Gembrook Cockatoo leading Berwick Springs 3-6-24, 19 minutes gone, quarter number 2. Just got to get that ball moving quickly. So, back in the middle. Umpire Carroll throws it up once again. Basta been rucking okay. Got the tap backwards tilt. It's a nice little tap over to Volta. He's had plenty of it, but hasn't used the ball that well on his left foot. Not much better than what it's been with his right at the moment, but getting plenty of it. Ducks one way, ducks the other. This is Cristani, who's been busy as well. Goes to the half-forward line, trying to be picked up the football. There's that one of the Warehams. I'm not quite sure. Looked like it. The ball has been smothered. Trying to take the ball in one hand. Crestani can't do so. Berwick Springs, can they get out? No. Gembrook Cockatoo have still got it in front. Put a good body position there was Frida. Couldn't hang on to the mark. And that was young Aaron diving on the football. You don't want to do that. The umpire's going to hold it up. So back into that forward 50, about 35 metres out from the Gembrook goal. Kicking towards the puffing Billy end. Basto back into the ruck for Gembrook Cockatoo. That time it was one over the top there. I thought nicely tapped out by Basali. Umpire just lets him play on. Berwick Springs get out here. Little handball too. Long kick down the ground. Bit of a wobbler by Morris. She goes towards the end of the cricket pitch. Umpires, all players are falling over left, right and centre. At this stage, Gembrook have got it once again. Comes towards the member side of the ground. It's a 2-on-1 situation. They should have the numbers. They go one way, go the other. You really just can't go backwards, son. Fights off one attacker, then handballs over the top of a stationary player. Here's an opportunity now on the left foot. Big long kick. Aaron Ferrito has kicked a point.
Very enthusiastic goal umpire.
Oh, yeah. Opportunity there as well. 5-4-34 Gembrook Cockatoo. 3-6-24 up Berwick Springs. Got a 10-point lead at the 21-minute mark of the second quarter. Just waiting for that football to be returned. It's gone over the bank into no man's land.
Onto the Ferrito farm.
Just about there.
Spud farm.
Yes. Take it over to Joe and Vera down there.
5 lead changes in this game so far. To the 21-minute mark of the second quarter. Macrod Mitras will play it on out of full back. He'll take it to that outer side. Finds a teammate.
A few netball scores here, boys.
Final
Premier
scores?
Division. No final scores, but Narry Warren are leading by 42 points over Beaconsfield. Pakenham
Goals.
leading by 1 goal against Mount Evelyn, 2-1. Wandon leading by 1 goal against Upwey Tacoma, 4-3. And Monbulk leading by 2 goals against Alinda Ferny Creek, 6-4 is the score there.
Got some footy scores happening in a little while as well.
Free kick again for Too High, this time going the way of Berwick Springs. You just feel they need the next goal to stay within touch. Not saying that 8 points isn't within touch, but the way the game's going, it's got to keep some scoreboard pressure of sorts, or just to keep them close. Still on the outer side. Gembrook Cockatoo come away with it. Kick down the line that time. Came from Bryce Wareham. Berwick Springs doing nicely just to hold them up. That was Ousley. Cockatoo get it and come away with it. Hillman the first one back, but it's found the sanctuary at the boundary line.
Some scores up there in Premier League. Wandon 46 lead, Upwey Tacoma 25, Pakenham 52, Mount Evelyn 1, Alinda Ferny Creek 26, Monbulk 27. So going along quite nicely. Warriors 62, Officer at the moment are 17.
Ball back into play. Division 1 scores will come in a moment. So another free kick. I think it is going to large Gembrook Cockatoo.
Belgrave 28, Emerald 41, Hillsville 20, Seville 8. Ooh, up there at Don Road by Yarra Glen at the moment.
Mark has been taken by Macrod Mitras.
And up at Broadford J there, 18, trailing Kinglake 42, Powtown 66, Alexandra 21. Not for a big score there, the Mill.
Basto's cut it off, boys.
Another handball.
Go on, Hayden.
He'll never wear his football boots out, Colin Basto.
Long kick inside forward 50 here. I think that's Miles wearing there, but he couldn't quite take the mark. Trying to win the ball there for Berwick Springs. That time was number 12. That was Mastriani. Keeps confusing me that one because he was supposed to be 24, but he's number 12 there, so that's all right.
Yeah.
Trickles out of bounds.
Yeah, felt 50% fit, mate, and got after jumper.
Yep, that's he was pulling these gags out there. I love it. Anyway, ball to be thrown in at half forward here for Gembrook. So Schultz in the ruck. I think he's going to be up against Russell.
He's a good kid, this young fella.
Sends it inside out tall.
Wareham's there. Wareham!
Oh, that's a super mark.
Oh, Miles Wareham, how about that?
That's a great mark. But I'll tell you what, very difficult spot to kick from here.
Yeah, that's it.
Could be very difficult. Could be out in the full.
Even considering, I think a check side.
Well, you know what? It's not as dumb as it sounds, Aiden.
No, I think he's going to go to the drop punt here. He's not saying.
Well, you've got to kick it hard, otherwise it will just float straight over the left-hand side. So not an easy spot to kick from here.
He's got to aim for that forward ranger, I reckon, and he might get pretty close.
No, it's going to go right to left.
Right to left, you reckon?
Oh, very much so.
Yeah,
So he's got to aim for the score. Wareham comes in.
Like that.
Oh, beautiful kick, is it? No.
No, never online, and unfortunately, that's his 2 behinds. He's got to kick another 5 straight now.
I thought he drifted it back late, but no, that's
No,
all
it won't
right.
drift, it won't drift back. 5-5-35, Gembrook 3-6-24, Berwick Springs 24.5 gone, quarter number 2. She'll never drift back, mate. It's like pushing water uphill. I was going to say something different, Liam. Lucky I checked myself very, very quickly. Just waiting for, and same with the zone that Gembrook Cockatoo have set up. They've got 3 blokes in the zone wasting space. They could actually push right into the centre corridor at the moment, and then they create a switch into the middle of the ground. So these players are just out of play. Let them kick it this side. Yep. Give them this kick. Don't give them the kick to the opposite side. They will not come here, but if you give them this kick, they just might do so.
Yep, so Macro Demetrius takes the kick long and up the line to the outer side of the ground. No mark taken.
Ooh.
So no clear possession of the ball here for either team. Berwick Springs get it out now. Got the ball here is Owsley, the skipper. And he throws the ball into the boot. This is in the direction of the teammate here, Mastriani. I got it that time. So Mastriani continuing on. That's a pretty good kick there. It's not quite the mark, but out in front of his teammate that time there in D'Amato. And D'Amato goes back in, ball back to Owsley. And actually, this is Owsley now. He's got the ball, and Owsley just puts it onto that right boot. Here we go. I think Gembrook have got the numbers here. No mark taken. It comes to ground. And it's locked up here for the time being. Gembrook get it out though. That was Henson there with the ball that time. And the ball continues to bump along the ground. And now they get it out there. That was Dante South there getting it out to his teammate there in Volta. And Volta continues to move the ball to the outer side. Now it's Alcott. That's not a bad kick there, but Mastro Demetrius couldn't quite take the mark. Getting in there now, there is Verhagen. He couldn't quite take the mark.
Leo's cracked it.
He's not very happy about that at all. That kick goes to the outer side. Can they keep it in play? Yes, they will. Gang tackle there, though. It was Mastriani, and the ball's going to be thrown back into play right in front of that Gembrook bench. And Leo's just getting a bit testy here at the moment.
Just a couple of opportunities, just incorrect place, you know. So just got to tighten themselves up a little bit. Throw in. One of the Gembrook coach's box. Oh, throw in drops a little bit short. Schultz does a lovely little tap throw to Alcott. Nicely done. Dodges one, dodges the other. Little underground handball. Over to kick it, he says. Back to Alcott. Chips the ball inside, but absolutely not one green jumper there. So not well read by the forwards either. They've run down the side of the ground and just waiting for a big check side kick and left an absolute hole. And nobody there at all. Big long defensive kick out this time by Rangers of Berwick Springs and gets nullified there. It's been picked up by Gembrook Cockatoo. They can go back on the Mr. Alcott, the runner, and the chip kick back inside. It's come to Michael Ferrito. Probably couldn't put in better hands, unless I was playing, of course. But never mind. That's going to come back and hurt me. Michael Ferrito's kick 2 so far. Perfect spot to kick from. Distance not an issue. He knows exactly where to put this. Coming in now. A couple of steps. Oh, it's going to drift back. It's got the big hook hanging onto it. And Wareham has... thought Michael might have been able to kick that, but drop mark. So it's been rushed there for it from behind. Unfortunately, opportunity gone there. I thought he would make the distance comfortably for Edo. 5-6-36. Gembrook leading Berwick Springs 3-6-24. At the 27.5 minute mark of this quarter. And Berwick Springs only kicked a solitary goal this quarter. Gembrook so far 3 goals, 4.
Yeah, had the ascendancy so far this quarter, so we've narrowed it down that the end that Gembrook are currently kicking to is the scoring end of the ground. I think we would unanimously agree on that.
Well, if you look at the angle of the trees, they don't grow in that particular way for any other reason that there's a prevailing breeze blows that way.
Starting to bring out some of his sportsman's night routine. Is Leo here.
We made a road trip for that, Liam, you know that.
Yes.
That's one of your...
I think I nearly died that day. We went to Alexandra last year, you, me and Cameron.
It was good fun.
Clearing ball to about centre half forward. Well, it's bounced back into the centre square area.
Here's an opportunity.
Could be a chance here. They've slid onto the cricket pitch there on a short length. Pirouetting himself out of trouble was Reinders, but a free kick for a little bit too high there. It's going to go the way of Gembrook Cockatoo.
Dante South.
Thank you, Aiden. I'll be lost without you. Kick inside forward 50. Hillman really, really good there, intercepting that. It was impressive last time we watched this Berwick Springs side against Healesville, although that kick wasn't the best. Here's Ferrito, snaps one around the body, and that is pinpoint. Well done. And here is Jay Verhagen.
I don't think Ferrito meant to kick it like that, but it turned out all right. So opportunity now for Verhagen, pretty much directly in front. So the main thing is just don't let it go left. Opportunity here, closing in on half time, just over the 29 minute mark of the second quarter from about 40 metres out by the time he kicks this for Hagen. Off the boot, looks quite good, allowing for the breeze to blow. I don't think he's allowed too much, has he? Goal umpire, boundary umpire confer. and it just stayed out there. So unfortunately for Hagan and Gembrook Cockatoo, another behind goes onto the board, 5-7, 37. But they lead Berwick Springs 3-6-24, 29 and a half gone in the second quarter, kicking about to take place. Pull back and run right out of here, kick it long down the outer side through Hocking's boot, goes very close to that boundary line, being picked up in the handball. Oh, you can't stop, or ducked under one tackle, did well, lucky not to lose in here, back to Volta. He's playing on strike now, his kicking's been poor, he's had a lot of the footy. A little tap out in front of himself there, and Trott, Frankie Trott's been tackled straight away and has been pinged for holding the ball. And yeah, Damien Volta's had a lot of the footy, but just hasn't come off the boot the way he would like, I wouldn't think. So the free kick going to Wallen from Berwick Springs, goes well on the outside. The Breezers got hold of that, goes straight up and then straight down. And the only player to wait there was Berwick Springs, and taking a nice mark and playing on straight away, looking for Ursley. Centre half back, just taking a bit of time off the clock. Could have switch play was on, didn't want to do it. Goes very short back from whence it came. And just chipping the footy around at the moment. Watching a bit too much tally. Another little short kick finds Wallen.
It's time management here.
That's all it is, and it's pretty well done there. Over the top they go. Big long punch over the top by Code. It's gone out of bounds, or it may have even been Piper. And it's going to be a throw in. Closing in 31 minutes gone.
Adelaide are up against the Magpies there, boys. The score there is 54-45.
It could be a bit of a breeze blowing down
40
there.
to 32 at Sydney, Brisbane up by points.
Yeah, I think get a bit of a wind down there at Footy Park in Adelaide as well.
Oh, it's at Adelaide Oval these days, so Leo.
Oh, cop that, Leo. A little bit of a smart ass return there.
Yeah, you could hear
Ball back
smacking
at the
about.
In fairness, there probably would be a bit of wind at Adelaide Oval with the open hill on that side, so it might be a bit that blows down towards
You've already done the damage, Joe.
Towards the river end.
When you're in a hole with a shovel, we just don't keep digging.
Oh no, that's exactly what I keep doing.
Ball back into play. Hillman, first one to get back to it, and he is escorted over the line.
Once you're in a hole there, you're not getting out. You may as well go as deep as you can.
You get out the other end.
Yeah, that's it.
Halfway to China at the moment, Aiden, I would imagine.
Here we go.
I'm in England, I think, at this point. How's it going, lads? I've already picked up the accent as well.
Hit out that time came from Schultz. He's had a good little period in the ruck this time.
No one up there.
So far this quarter. No, there is no one up there.
A couple of the crowd going out and playing kick to kick. And have a look at the glass here on the left-hand side. They're right into it.
Just pecking at the grass. Not an awful lot going on at the moment here.
From some leftover hot dog bread or
Here we
something
go.
like that.
There's an opportunity. No, son.
You're going to say this from my hot dog, weren't you, Lamb?
Yes, I was.
I know you too well. There are a few crumbs here.
Hocking. It's a hospital handball. Tell you that much. Put Ousley under all sorts of pressure. Here's Ferrito. Centres the ball.
Oh, no.
And he's fallen over.
Would have been a great mark. Would have been a terrific mark.
Ball comes out the
I feel bad for
back.
that.
Nelson. Macrod Demetrius. Nelson. Crestani. Boundary line. Throw in. 32. 33 minutes gone nearly.
Again, another. They've got to work on their handball skills, because they've had so many handballs that have just missed targets. They don't even come off the hand properly, and that was another one where a handball, probably not necessarily a shepherd by Wareham, would have been more effective. Throw in, forward pocket. Big long throw in, that one as well. Over the back tide was Basoli with the tap out for Berwick Springs. It's still bouncing around on the ground out there. Everyone's appealing for a free kick. The umpire says, oh, it's another one. Well, he's got to hit it out, and who is it going? It's going to Gembrook Cockatoo. And who's got the free kick? Well, they handballed and played on again. That was, I don't know why they do that. Fredo overruns the football. That was within kicking distance. Volta tries his hardest to get back in and get it. It spills out the back. It's in the hands of Berwick Springs through Hillman. Gets a little sideways kick. And they're just going to chip the ball around once again. Goes very, very short. The umpire says it's a required distance. Morris with it. But again, there's a free kick to Gembrook Cockatoo. I think it might have been to Young Bourne. And just a straight out handball. Under a player, a lot of pressure. Just only 3 feet away. Not going to be effective at all.
I'll tell you what, they are definitely playing for half-time here. Little do they realise that they've been playing for half-time since about the 30-minute mark, and they're now into the 34th.
Yeah, I know that, but you can still keep attacking. I don't blame Berwick Springs doing it quite well. Another opportunity now. Gembrook Cockatoo back into that forward 50 again. Too many Berwick Springs jumpers. It finds the ends up in the hands of Ousley. Goes sideways once again, finds a teammate out there in Dyson Morris.
Morris kicks it down the line, went through a couple of sets of hands. That's nearly the effects. Might going over as that big flock of galahs makes its way down towards Puffing Billy. The up Belgrave trade might be on its way. That's a crunching tackle. Handball just got free there that time. Now it's a foot race to get to the football. Gembrook Cockatoo maybe with a chance before half-time. They need a mark from this entry inside forward 50. They might get one. Went through the hands there that time of Verhagen. Comes to ground. Who's there? Macrod Metris relieving handball to Fletcher. Fletcher out of trouble, and they've survived another forward 50 scare here, have the Titans.
They certainly have, as Morris with it once more. Goes to that half-forward line, and who knows, 35 minutes just about ticked over.
They've literally played a half of rugby league now.
I think the Sirens run out of air. Go straight through the hands over there of Schultz, just going too quick. Berwick Springs with it once more. Shrugging a tackle was Carline. What can he do with it? There's absolutely no one on the forward line. It was Wareham once more of Gembrook Cockatoo. Puts an old horrible kick down the cricket pitch. It's been picked up here by Simonson of Berwick Springs. Runs down the centre of the ground, kicks towards the old scoreboard area. But you can hear the siren in the background before half-time. And after a 3-goal, 5-quarter that time, Gembrook Cockatoo lead 5-7-37. The solitary goal kicked in the second quarter by Berwick Springs and leads them on to 3-6-24. 13-point deficit at half-time in the advantage of Gembrook Cockatoo. Don't know if we've got any other scores at the moment, boys.
My old man has just messaged in from Alinda. Alinda 5-2 leading Monbulk 4-4, and he said the visitors are just starting to click.
Okay, so we'll have to wait and see what else you got up there.
I've got the other Premier Division scores here. So Wandon 8-4-52 leading Upwey Tacoma 5-2-32. Pakenham 10-15-79 are leading Mount Evelyn 1 solitary behind. Woori Alec at 9-8-62 are leading Officer 2-5-17.
And just Jason, they aren't glass at Gembrook supporters. They happen to be actual glass. I'll let you know in Division 2, Belgrave 34, Trail Emerald at the moment, what's that, 47, Hillsville 30, lead Seville at the moment, 22. We'll get some other scores later. The siren sounded and the ball's up and running, and Liam Fertigan is taking us away. I have not. Sorry, I thought I had. There we go. Sorry, mate. Sounds. Oh, no, you sounded better with it muted, to tell you the truth. I apologise for that.
Bringing out the crispy.
Tomato has got it. You did call it correctly.
Tomato.
Oh, that's only my 10th mistake today. That's not too bad. One of my PBs.
D'Amato lets it swing. And it's been touched 3-4 behind.
Yep.
3-7 plays 5-7. I can also tell quickly that Brisbane lead GWS by 24 points, and the Crows lead Collingwood in Scott Pendlebury's 350th by 16 points, both in the third quarter there.
Premier Division scores really quickly. Wandon 8-5-53 lead Upward Tacoma 5-4-34. Pakenham 10-15-75 are leading Mount Evelyn 0-1-1. Olympic Creek 6-2-38. Leading Monbulk 4-4-28. And this game here from Woori Alec and Officer, it's changing all the time. A few seconds ago it was 191-23, then it was 95-23. Now it's 64-35. Still away Woori Alec, but I have no idea what's going on here, fellas.
Okay, Smith's taking the mark in the back pocket.
Someone's getting too excited.
Someone's pushing the wrong buttons. A little bit of a kick there. Basto dropped what he probably could have taken. There's another whistle on play. There's a free kick and or mark. No, it's going towards Berwick Springs as Morris. Plays on straight away. Kicks it short. Matt Nelson with it. Goes to centre half forward. He tries to do that, but the wind actually drifted right in the middle of that forward 50. Bounces over everybody's heads. As Smith tries to tap it towards the boundary line. Nobody there for Gembrook Cockatoo. Picked up there by Nelson. Aiden tries to get it further forward for Berwick Springs. Leading in the race for the footy at the moment is Chris Stoney of Gembrook Cockatoo. He falls to the ground as well. Handball over the top. Now Keezer with it for Berwick Springs. What can he do? Another little handball. There's another opportunity to handball galore. Just handball happy, some of these clubs. I don't think it's been a kick. There's been about 30 handballs. Finally, it's in the hands of Gembrook Cockatoos. They can come up through the members' group wing at the moment. Nicely done. Pushed off the ball an opponent there, and now with a bit of pace too. Ferrito goes on the left foot. Good looking kick, lovely pass, and they're just forward of centre now. And Gembrook can put a little bit of football into their forward 50. Frazzetto gets it, goes short. Little handball over the top, and that was done by Verhagen. Tries to find a teammate. The handballing behind themselves a little bit makes it very, very difficult. Another one, handball just up in the air. Hands in there for Gembrook, couldn't quite make it. Berwick Springs with it once again. This time it lands in the hands of Simonson of Berwick Springs. He handballs it as well. It's just handball happy at the moment. Picking it up now, going backwards to go forwards. D'Amato puts it back in the centre corridor. Excellent kick. Long kick towards goal. Goes a little bit right of centre. And that, unfortunately, was Dyson Morris. But there's about 5 kicks, about 38 handballs. Somebody, they're stretching down there. 3-8-26. I thought someone was down there at the moment. Berwick Springs 5-7-37. Gembrook Cockatoo, 3 minutes are gone.
Ball back into play, gets to about 35-40 out from home. Handball came from Basto. It's gone high in the air to that outer side once again. Michael Ferreto's the only one chasing back, as Isbitsa was the first one to get back there for Berwick Springs. We're dying to say that name all day. Isbitsa.
Scoring Isbitsa. Powtown 80. Alexandra 36. Warburton 22. Yarra Junction 61. At the moment, Broadford 24. Kinglake 57. Doing quite nicely.
I'll get an AFL score again soon, Leo, but we're just focusing on the ball about to come back into play at the moment. So 5-7 plays 3-8. Being one of those days, windy, miserable. Rain coming tonight and tomorrow. I hope I'm not commentating out in the open tomorrow. Ball back into play, hovering around that outer side. Owsley had it, umpire circling, and they're continuing the trend of the first half. The holding the balls are absolutely red hot. The Brookers off the outer side of the centre square, go forward. Lands in front there of the Berwick Springs player, and they slam the ball forward. And that's a nice relieving mark taken that time by Welsh. Welsh takes it back out to that far side, or a little bit too much, I think, although the umpire signals that it's just bounced inside. And let a boundary throw in.
They're just very determined to go down at the defensive side, aren't they? It almost calls for a deliberate out of bounds, just about. It's going nowhere else.
Adelaide only now by the 3 points. Brisbane by 36 at three-quarter time.
It could have been a bit high. Just head on tackle there on Jesse Pantorno. Umpire said, no doing, it's out of bounds, you can throw it in. So we'll see how we go from there.
Andrew throwing just inside 50 here for Berwick Springs, trying to get to the ball there. First was Russell, and the ball trickling on the ground here. Getting to it first that time there was Malik. And they go backwards to go forward to Berwick Springs with that kick right to the advantage there of Piper, and Piper has been good. He has been good so far. That's not a bad kick to a teammate there in the direction
Gutsy effort
that time there of Weller. And getting away here now is Aaron Ferrito. He throws the ball onto that left boot. It's in the direction of Miles Wareham, but running onto it there that time was Frazzetto. And now it's a boundary throw in down the other end of the ground. So the non-scoring end as it's been so far today.
I don't know how Michael's the only tall Ferrito in the Ferrito family too, by the way. I reckon he must have found a very fertile patch of dirt to play in when he was young. Because all the other Ferritos are about 5 foot and they stopped there.
Yeah, that's it. So boundary throw in.
Lights are on.
Wareham's in the ruck against Russell, and the ball's thumped away, and Berwick Springs with the ball here for the moment, but getting in there intercepting was Taylor, and the ball is going to be balled up, so no Red Hot holding the balls here. And Boundary throwing it half forward. The wind's starting to pick up a little bit.
Must have been listening to me.
And again, the ball just thumped forward here. No clear possession, trying to get in there is Ferrito. He's taken in a tackle though, and I think this is going to be another stoppage. It is. So interesting to see what will happen here. So Ferrito gets up.
He's been given a free kick.
Oh, he's been given a free kick here, Ferrito.
And there you go. Before we go over 25 then.
No 25, but Ferrito will line it for goal nonetheless. Kicking against the breeze, but he's a big thumping kick, Ferrito. So you'd almost back him in against this breeze here. So Michael Ferrito.
Middle of the points on the left-hand side. This must start there.
That's it. This for his third goal of the afternoon. The lights are coming on. And Ferrito allows for the breeze beautifully. That's a magnificent kick.
What you do.
He's kicked the goal, and they skip away to a 17-point lead here. Do the Brookers. I think it's a 17-point lead. Is that correct,
Well,
Liam?
6-7-43, 3-8-26. That could be 17 points. Maths has never been my strong point, even though I did like it.
I can't say the score, so I was pretty sure it was 37 to 26.
Well, there is no score. 37 to 26. It's 43
oh,
to
that's
26.
in my blind spot. I can't see it.
A lovely goal. Allow for the breeze. You don't fight the breeze, use the breeze. And
That's
he used
it.
it absolutely beautifully. I was interesting. Now, I thought he
Like
should
swimming in the beach, Leo. Don't fight the tide.
Don't fight the tide. I thought they were going to ball it up, but I thought it was in the back. I looked at latched on top of Michael Ferrer. He was the only one trying to pick the footy up at the time, and did it quite well, leading the way with 3 goals at the moment for Gembrook Cockatoo. Very important against the breeze as well. He's back in the middle. Schultz in the ruck there for Gembrook Cockatoo. He's been quite good too, young Aaron Ferreira, but unfortunately gave it straight to an opposition player. These handballs are really causing a lot of turnovers for both sides today. Really just want to get it out and
Really
get
causing
it moving.
you some grief. You're not happy with them? All the handballs?
Not ones that don't go to the right spot, no. I think they're just overusing it, sometimes giving to it. That's much better there by young Schultz, just gets it out. You've got to create a bit of space. Well, he's turned it over, but some of these handballs where they're just absolutely not there at all. Smith leads in the race for the footy.
Oh, good look out! Oh!
He has kicked that. I think that went through for a behind, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Oof. Oof. I thought he was on his own there for a minute. 3-9-27, Berwick Springs, 6-7-43. Gembrook Cockatoo, nearly 9 minutes gone. Nothing worse when you can't kick on the wrong foot. You've got nowhere else to go but the wrong foot. It's been picked up and a long shot on goal here by Berwick Springs. A good looking kick by Wallen. Has got the goal umpire's got caught on the fence. Went through for a behind.
So you kicked that, by the way?
Yeah, Wallen.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I did say that. Obviously not listening because...
You distracted me with laughing at the goal umpire.
well, you got hooked on the fence. Why? I just think things are funny.
So does Liam.
Oh, God.
Aiden, shut up, so do you.
28 Berwick Springs, 43 Gembrook Cockatoo. I do laugh at most things. Kicking's taken place. Gembrook straight up the middle of the ground they go. Wear him over the back, couldn't get hold of that. And here they come out once again. Couple of change of handball here by Berwick Springs. Shot on goal, looks pretty good. They're applauding before it even gets there. And a lovely goal kick this time. Again, this is Wallen once more. So Brodie Wallen corrected what he just missed before. Puts a goal on the board here for the Titans. 4-10-34. Still trail Gembrook Cockatoo 6-7-43. Nearly 10 minutes gone in the third quarter. So good play there by the Titans. Got the ball out. That's a better handball. That's where an opposition player who's actually running in the right direction without any direct pressure on him. And they got the ball out very, very well indeed. So they've had a few scores on the board already in this quarter. 1 goal, 4. They've only been going 10 minutes, so Gembrook just could be aware of that. Not running any extra players behind the ball, surprisingly. Thought they could probably pinch one out of the forward line at the moment if they wanted to. There must be a freebie somewhere because there's a freebie up there for Berwick Springs.
Ball back up in the air. Umpires found a free kick for too high, going the way of Berwick Springs. Can they get the next one? Get back within 3 points. They've had the ascendancy, I feel, so far this quarter. Kick inside forward 50 was just a little bit too hot. Green was the first one to get onto the deck for the Titans. Oh. He hasn't played hold the ball again, has he? Leo obviously not happy. You can hear him go.
Well, really?
I didn't think there was much opportunity there for the Gembrook player to get rid of the football there. I'm going to go out on a limb and say there's been at least 20 holes in the ball, free kicks. This is Corey Green, by the way, having the shot on goal. He kicked from about 45 metres.
I'll probably hang around the arc.
Kick is on the way. Goal umpire moves to the right. And it's just squeezed through from behind. So it's now 4-11 to 6-7, and 11 and a bit minutes have gone in the third quarter.
Actually hooked that into the breeze, but there's a lot of players just in and around the footy falling on top of each other. There's got to be, you've got to have possession and then be tackled rather than just, I haven't got hold of the jolly thing yet, and be pounced upon. So it makes it hard for both sides. It's not one way or the other. I just think it's been a bit overly umpired. Playing on from full back, long kick to the defensive end by Weller of a Gembrook Cockatoo. And nobody could take the mark. Ferrito, Michael in there, couldn't pick the football up. They get out there now. Nicely done by Welsh. Kicks it along on the outer side. No doubt the Bruce will get hold of that. It has, and it's gone out of bounds on the full. Centre wing.
You just get the feeling that Berwick Springs probably have to be in front come three-quarter time to have a chance of winning the game. Do you think that's a fair assessment?
Well, I'd like to see that assessment, but might be right.
Oh, I probably agree with the breeze. This quarter, yeah, they probably need it. They've got a breeze against them in the last quarter. Liam, I'll back you up on that one.
Yeah, thank you, Wade. Ball comes to ground.
There we go.
They might be a chance.
Oh,
now watch this get paid on the ball.
Now that should be, yep. I don't disagree with that one. And I think everyone can see that he's a very strong boy, young Michael.
Thanks, bud.
Love him getting out of that cracking tackle.
He kicked it to the outer side, did Michael Ferrito, and found Welsh. And Welsh went for a little bit of a runny. Handballed over the top to that man, Volta. Outer side handball went to Bryce Wareham, who's kicked that to nearly the old scoreboard. It somehow stayed in the field of play. Can the Titans get it out of there? Umpire was circling. He still allows it to play. That's Bryce Wareham. He tumbles one forward. Didn't go too far. It found a bit of grass. It still remains close to the ground. Can Gembrook Cockatoo get one against the grain? I think, if I'm not mistaken, there's only been 3 goals kicked to that end of the ground so far today out of the 10 we've seen. Another free kick for holding the ball going the way of Blake Simonson of...
I think it's Carline.
Oh, Carline, sorry. Oh, well, we'll go with that. His kick to the middle of the ground was a dangerous one, but it's come off because there's just hands everywhere. That was Simonson. That I'm 100% sure of. They might be out here through in forward 50. Sitting duck, pushing the back. Green will take the advantage. Play on. And snap a goal, I think.
He's claiming it.
I think I know right.
Yep.
Oh, I think you might have gone the umpire a bit there myself.
You back the goal umpire from running underneath though, Leo.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, do you get that
hope there, but it was a
the
good
bias might
goal.
be coming out a bit here.
Well, definite in the back against Smith there. 5-11-41 now, 2 points in it. Gembrook 6-7-43, nearly 14 gone in the third quarter. And that was better handled. They've got a lot of free players, so Gembrook maybe just overloading the defensive side there and left the the attacking side quite free. And even if you kick it out in the open spaces on the attacking side going towards Buff and Billy End, plenty of space. And he's been quite dangerous, hasn't he, Corey? Corey Green's kicked 2-1. Looks quite competent on his left foot, back in the middle. Bastow gets a tap out for Gembrook Cockatoo, tries to follow it up, but just a bit short on pace, goes back and gets it this time. Tries to pick it up. There's 2 players trying to fight for the football. Spills out the back of the pack. Wareham picks it up. Gives a handball and a bit of a low scrubber kick by Weller. Goes to no one in attack. A bit of a push in the back. Wareham picks it up. This time it's Miles. A little handball over the top. Gembrook Cockatoo. Can they get a goal against the grain like Liam just said before? Henson was in the race for the footy as well. It's gone out of bounds forward. Pocket up the gate end there at Gembrook Cockatoo.
2-5 to 1 straight so far this quarter, Leo, when you would think that would get any sort of side in front with the breeze, but no, it hasn't. They're still 2 points behind halfway through this third quarter.
Yeah, talk to St Kilda about it.
Well,
Boundary throw in the forward pocket here for Gembrook. It's a bit of a wide throw, so the wind, it's not just a problem for players, it's a problem for umpires too. And that kick heading towards goal, taken out of mid-air there. I think it was by Wareham, but we can't figure it out. That's Alcott. A little bit of a ping of the goals here. Has that gone through? No, it's cut off right in the line there. So beautifully done there by Macro Demetris. And that's not a bad kick, but mark wasn't taken. And this is Aaron Ferrito, in fact, and that's not a bad kick. Spots up Schultz, I think it is.
if you're Berwick Springs here, you've got to hold up well.
Frazzetto.
Frazzetto. Schultz is a bit taller than that.
Yeah, Frazzetto just setting the ball up, but Berwick Springs got numbers. Oh, mark. Good mark.
Good, strong
They
mark.
had the outnumber there, Berwick Springs, but it was a mark taken in the end here by Gembrook Cockatoo, and we'll figure out who it is in a second. It might even be, it's not the big spud, is it? Surely not. No, it's not.
No.
It's Verhagen. So Jay Verhagen, he's already kicked one behind this afternoon.
Oh.
So let's see if we can line it up a bit straighter this time.
Should from here.
So Liam's backing him in. Oh, gee, interesting kick, although Reese straightens it up enough and it's a goal. So Verhagen puts it through and Gembrook get one against the Tide.
7-7-49 now. Gembrook Cockatoo leading Berwick Springs 5-11-41. We've been going 16 minutes, quarter number 3. We've all been going around to 30+ minutes, haven't they? So there's still plenty of time to go.
Yep.
And Gembrook Cockatoo, I think, like you said, Liam, if Berwick Springs can be right with them, you just don't know. But I think they need a couple of goals advantage to coming into the last quarter. They're going to be kicking against the breeze.
At minimum a 2-goal lead, you would think. It's been 2-5 to 2 straight this quarter so far, and you're still 8 points down.
Up she goes once again. This time Bastow got another little tap out there for Gembrook Cockatoo. Goes down, picks it up once more on the cricket pitch. Just spills out there. Crashing straight into the tackle was Connor Alcott. And has been played a free kick, handballing it off straight away. This is Weller with it on the right foot. Goes down towards the old scoreboard side. There's a great mark there and one grab by Wareham. This is a miles, not kilometres. Goes straight down the centre of the ground, over the top. All these been chopped in the arms there. Verhagen, the umpire says no, play on. Don't worry about it, Liam. It's all good. Goes everyone's head. You just got to watch for the replay. Little kick around the corner. This could be a good goal here by Ferrito. Aaron on the right foot. Missed.
I was wondering if Aiden picked up on that joke you said. That's all.
Yep, Miles not kilometres. I liked it.
50 leads 41, 17 and a bit gone. Quarter number 3, kicking's taken place. Been turned over straight away.
South to
Small
Frito.
kick. Another little pass over there. It was by young Dante South to Frito Michael, who's come off the side of the boot there with a bit of a slice action. And it's just as far out from goals now, and actual further. Would preferred the goal towards the goals there. Falter's handball's been smothered in front of the old scoreboard. Comes back and gets it. Handball's up in the air again. Henson's underneath that. Took it pretty well. Umpire lets him play on. Nobody can get hold of the football at the moment. Berwick Springs have got the turnover and on centre wing. Crash, boom, bang, gutsy thing there, and there's a whistle on play. Secondary umpire's played too high, and umpire says it's Gembrook's free kick, playing it on straight away. Bit of a Yorker there in front of Bryce Wareham, couldn't pick it up. Little handball over the top there by Miles Wareham, goes back and gets it again. I don't know what that was, a bit of a flip-flop, then tried to do a drop kick, and there's a whistle on play. There's a dump tackle. What's he signalled there, Liam?
Paid a sling.
Sling? Well done by Miles Franklin, Miles Franklin. That's an author. My Brilliant Career, good book. But Miles Wareham, you learn everything out. Playing on straight away, going into the forward pocket, and the player all alone is Damien Volta. Now he hasn't got one coming off the boot properly yet, so let's see what he can do here. Steady kick, distance. Sure, might be right on his distance too, boys. So
If he gets, sorry, Leo, but if he gets this, it'd be a nasty little lead. I'll tell you what, kicking with the breeze here, Berwick Springs, they'd have to dig deep in the back half of the
just give it
quarter.
everything you can. It's going to drop about 10 metres short. Nobody. There's a whistle.
Push.
There's a push, and it's going to go the way of
Gembrook, it looks like.
I'm sure which way he's pointing here. Everyone's pointing every which way. See?
No.
There you go. Free
Interesting.
kick going to go the way of Malik.
Malik now. Legitimately on the line. That is Hocking. You can tell by the long hair. Still continuing to go down that long line. It was intended for Hillman. It comes to ground. Gembrook Cockatoo with the footy. Volta handballed forward to no one in particular. They're going to go forward again here. They've gone over the last few minutes. A play! Up goes a big mark! Brought down magnificently!
Bryce Wareham.
And Liam's blown a gasket.
What do you expect, Aiden? 2 times in 2 weeks. Ball comes to ground. Ferrito is there. Somehow bowls its way out the back. That got the crowd up too. Here's Wareham. Spun himself around one. Got himself in trouble on the second one.
He's played deliberate.
Oh, he has to.
That's harsh.
Yeah, and the locals are in a little bit of shock as well. Here's Macrod Mitras. Kicks it out in front of 2. It's a 2-on-2 here. Who does the bounce favour? It did originally bounce Gembrook Cockatoo. It went one way and then another, but they'll still get out of trouble here, you feel. Quick handball that time came from Miles Wareham. They're inside forward 50 once again. Macrod Mitras was pushed in the side. Another cracking smother off the boot. It's just gone up in intensity a little bit in the last couple of minutes.
And that's just in the box.
And out in the ground as well. And we'll have a ball up inside forward 50. 7-8 plays, 5-11. Leo's blowing his hands around everywhere.
I'm not quite sure what the umpire's signalling. He's got everybody confused at the moment. And,
Yeah.
it's not much to get me confused at this stage, but the umpire just lets him play on. Frito, Michael, got a quick kick out of the back. Went a bit sideways once again. Volta in there too. Been busy all day for Gembrook Cockatoo. Shields taps it out to Wareham. Here he goes. Bryce Wareham from 45 out. Not going to quite make the distance, but there's a good strong mark taken. About 13, 14, 15 metres out, 45-degree angle. Tough shot from this side, and that's the bro. This is Miles Wareham. Tough kick from here too, boys. You've almost got to, really just punch it hard, almost run on an arc and kick with a hook to try and get it in. Just cannot let it drift right. Big opportunity to put another goal on the board here for Gembrook Cockatoo at the 21.5-minute mark in the third quarter. It's 50 leading 41. At the moment. And he's put it, he hasn't kicked it hard enough and it's just going to drift. I don't think it's held its line. He reckons it has. And goal umpire says, no, it hasn't. And it has gone through for another behind.
We had the out in the full.
Yeah, I thought we did too. So 1-3 now is Wareham.
Yeah, 51 leads 41, 10-point deficit, 22 minutes, quarter number 3.
Ball's going to be kicked in here now. I think this is Malik, and that's a long kick, making use of the breeze there to the centre circle.
Unbelievable. Anyway, the ball's going to go to the outer side of the ground here now. This is Weller getting onto the end of that kick and just slowing it down for the time being. Just a short little stab, but it's over the head of the teammate here. And Berwick Springs have got some numbers around this. They go with the kick inside of the centre, but that's beautifully cut off there that time by Code and wasting no time. Throwing that ball onto the left boot. No mark taken, spills out of the back. And in the back has been paid. So Berwick Springs with a reprieve in defence here. And I think this is going to go the way of Macro Demetris, but it is. So he looks around and he goes to the broadcast wing here. That's a pretty good kick as well.
Very good kick.
Getting up a teammate there in Aidan Nelson. So Nelson sells a bit of candy.
Oh, cool play on. Yeah, but
Up in the air. It's a pretty good kick and it's onto the chest or just up above the head of D'Amato. And D'Amato swings around onto the left boot.
Should have marked that.
Away. He should have marked it. You're right, Liam. And that ball trickles out of bounds. So Bandry throw in at half forward here for Berwick Springs, and they really need to get a goal here to get themselves back into this game, and particularly when they've still got the breeze in this third quarter. So ball will be thrown in now. So two ruckmen going at it. Ball tapped to ground here and taking an tackle straight away. So another stoppage at half forward here for Berwick Springs.
Leo thought that was holding the ball.
well, everyone else should never have been. Correct decision here.
Bastow and Russell go at it. Russell just won the tap that time, but Gembrook are the ones who get the clearance. And it's a high up and under ball, no mark to be taken. And that
Hillman
ball,
stood there.
Yep, Hillman stood there. The bounce didn't work for him at all.
Stalled.
Malik gets in there, but he can't pick it up. A bit of a bump play there that time there by Verhagen. And eventually Gembrook get the ball away through Verhagen. Ball going inside 50, that's clean bowled him and picked up by Miles Wareham. He wants to have the shot at goal, but eventually handballs over the top. It's a very good option. Selling the candy beautifully that time. There was Trot, and he's, the kick's smothered.
It's still kick through!
There we go. Eventually Henson picks it up. He kicks the goal, and Gembrook skip away.
Oh, the kick was smothered. He was very upset by it, but it just trickled out there to Henson. And Liam Henson had the wits about him, kicked his second goal. Let the car horns go. Don't you love that? The local footy, the car horns tooting away. 8-9, 57. Leading Berwick Springs 5-11-41, 24 gone in the third quarter. Comedy of errors there. Young Trot was absolutely devastated. His kick was a bit of a grubber, but it fooled everybody, and it just skittled out there, and Liam Henson put goal number 2 on the board for himself. An opportunity now, Gembrook 24.5 gone. Can they hang on to this lead? Up they go. Nice tap out Basoli of Berwick Springs. Goes down towards the ground. Volta, quick hands. Over to the skipper and Bastow. Got a very quick kick. That's got to be paid to the man in front. It's a good, strong, solid mark by Cristani. All handballs while he's laying on the ground. The umpire says it's all right. Went to Weller. Goes into the goal square. Hit down on the ground. Went round one circle. Went round the other circle. And Verhagen puts through his second goal. And a bit of a flurry here by Gembrook late in his third quarter. 9-9-63. Lead of Berwick Springs 5-11-41. 25 now gone. Quarter number 3. So well done there. Great strong mark by young Caleb Cristani. Very quick to get the hands off. And that's an attacking handball. That's what we'd like to see, boys.
Yep, that's it. No, very good bit of play here by Gembrook, and they'll be very happy with this lead going into three-quarter time. And they'll be kicking with the breeze in that last quarter, Leo, so you'd be pretty happy as well.
Absolutely, but still a long way to go.
Ball back up in the air, and Berwick Springs, they just need to find something here. They've just been blown out of the water the last few minutes, and 22 points, I'll tell you what, dangerous lead at the moment. 9-9 to 5-11. Back up she goes. Comes to ground. Simonson had hands on it. Leo's appealing for a throw. That's a big crunching tackle from Macro Demetris. Leo was still appealing for a throw.
No,
that could be holding the ball. No, it won't be. Ball up.
It won't be going to that. I think it was throw each there. So a bit of a crow throw. They used to be very good at that.
Up she goes again in the middle. Both ruckmen fight a bit of a draw. Centre clearance is going to go the way of Berwick Springs, but can they get a mark inside their forward 50 here? That could carry the pack. No, it doesn't. Prove it wrong.
Great mark, that. Terrific finger tipper.
Back with the flight of the ball, and judging by the Tommies through the effects mic, this is Tom Nelson, and it is. Just has to. We're right behind this. It'll be a damn good goal if he kicks this.
The wind seems to turn a bit, boys. It's actually not as bad now. It's actually blowing a little more down the ground. So
he's going to go the Nana Nelson.
Check side, not the check side, sorry.
Oh, he's done it well.
Yep.
Oh,
quite well. Goal umpire goes, and that's not a problem. That wind, just looking at the trees, has turned a little bit, and it definitely is blowing more straight down the ground. So rather than across the way, it has been blowing. Sort of favoured that kick. Great mark, great goal there to Tommy Nelson. badly needed by Berwick Springs. The Titans now 6:11:47. Still trailing Gembrook Cockatoo 9:63. 27 gone. Quarter number 3. What's happening around town, Aidan? You found anything else out there?
We'll have a quick look at the scores here, Leo. Well, we've got a little bit of break in play, although the ball is back in the centre. Wandon 12:11:83 leading up Waitakoma 6:4:40. Pakenham 11:18:84 leading at Mount Evelyn 1:39. Lindaferny Creek 7:5:47 leading Monbolt 5:9:39. Wooriallic 13:11:89 leading Officer 6:7:43. That's your Premier Division scores.
Basso got the hit out and Henson kicked it off the ground just a little bit further forward to centre for Gembrook Cockatoo. Everybody's on the ball at the moment. It's very, very hard to get a kick out there at the moment. Berwick Springs do get a clearance. Goes down onto the ground. On top of him, Code from Gembrook Cockatoo tries to get the first tackle. Got the ball out there to Simonson. He puts a long kick in towards the pavilion side. This very new pavilion, I was going to say, just not open. A long kick into the full forward area here by D'Amato, and it's gone over to everybody's head, and it's just drifted through for another behind to the Titans. And an opportunity this quarter, 6:12 now 48. Is that right?
Yeah.
And Gembrook 9:63. What have we done? 28 minutes gone in this particular quarter. They've kicked 3 goals, 6 this quarter, the Titans, and we'll ask St Kilda, when you kick poorly, what happens? Goes long to the outside to Gembrook Cockatoo. The ball has drifted out of bounds on the full.
Quick look at Division 1 scores here, boys. Belgrave at 7:8:50, Emerald 8:9:57. Hillsville 6:9:45 are leading Seville 3:4:22. That's the start of the last quarter, I believe, as well.
Macro Demetrius with the free kick on the outer side of the ground. The umpire's just telling everybody just to calm down there a bit. Nothing really going on. Goes into that forward 50 now. Over the top they go. Nobody can mark the football. It's very hard to those. The ball's swirling around in the breeze. Gembrook Cockatoo, chain of handballs. It was hands and got out to a teammate. 1 bounce, 2 bounce. Going along quite nicely. He's been good, Aaron Ferrito. He's a nice little player as well. Got a bit of pace on him. Umpire lets him play on. Here's an opportunity now. Check side kick. This is Matt Frazzito. Goes one way, goes the other, and just drifted a bit too far. And the second behind goes on the board to Matthew Frazzito. Gembrook go to 9 goals, 10:64. Lead Berwick Springs 6:12:48. We're going 29 and a bit in the third quarter.
Brisbane by 53 points and Adelaide trailing Collingwood by 4 points, both in the fourth quarter.
I think Collingwood just kicked a goal to be in front by 10, is my understanding.
No, thank you very much, Aidan. Just, yep, not a problem there. As the ball's bobbling around the centre square, they'll go inside the 50 here once again. Will Gembrook Cockatoo to the tippity top of the square. Fist comes to ground. Who's there to meet it? There's a couple there. Ibitzer is the first one from Berwick Springs to get hands on the football. A few bodies throwing themselves around it. One of them is Alcott. The other was Frazetto. It comes to ground. No one is anyone going to get it out. They are trying to push it forward, and it should find the sanctuary of the boundary line, you would think. Although, no, it doesn't anymore.
All right, Division 2 scores, boys. Broadview 5:2:32, trailing Kinglake 10:10:70. Powertown 15:11 are leading Alexandra 9:7:61. Warburton Millgrove 3:5:23 are trailing Yarra Junction 14:10:94.
Well, they're back again, the Eagles. It's hot and cold, isn't it? Free kick here has been found out.
Told
And
you
goes
they'd
by the Titans. Could be Caden Baselli, beg your pardon. Once the footy comes back. Ball being relayed. Here's Baselli with the free kick back pocket. 30 minutes ticked over. Coming down the member side of the ground. Good long kick. Michael Frito in the back seat there, but the ball just drifts over everybody's head. Smith couldn't get hold of it either. Knocked further forward by D'Amato of Berwick Springs. Another kick further forward. Finds it in the centre of the ground. Alcott gets it. And ball over the top there. Looking for Welsh. He bounced it away. Went to ground when he shouldn't have. Smith couldn't get the ball either. Now it's in the hands of Warland. Runs into an open goal for the Titans and has
Kick the point.
kicked the point. Goal umpires, they fool me a little bit all the time. Another opportunity going, running to an open goal there. Warland 6:13:49. Berwick Springs 9:10:64. Gembrook Cockatoo 31 gone now. Quarter number 3. I think Gembrook will be quite happy now if the siren goes.
Another 30-plus minute quarter. 31 and a half gone.
Yeah, overtime, boys. Weller with the kick in. Goes very, very short. Easy mark taken by Danny Welsh. Moves the kicker as far as he can. Does so. That's going to just hold up in the breeze. Just drops short. Anybody taking the mark there? Someone in the Berwick Springs jumper has got it. Big pack of players over there. Now this is a good kick. Centre of the forward 50. Over the head there it goes to Green. You couldn't hang on to it. But there's a whistle on play.
Yeah, mark.
There's a mark being taken. There's a bit of cramp happening too. A couple of players down with it at the moment. Everybody there's a hat blowing out on the ground at the moment as well. Oh, gosh. Who's got the ball here, Liam?
It's Baselli.
Is there a 25-metre penalty for some reason? Except for laying on the ground. Interesting there. I'm not sure what that was for. The goal has been kicked by Berwick Springs. So it's Baselli. I agree with that. Was it?
Yeah, it was Baselli. The 3 took the mark.
Okay, it's gone 7-13. 55. They trialled Gembrook Cockatoo 1964, 32, nearly 33 minutes gone, guys. And I was just trying to work out why we got it must have been a dissension or something or other, because there was a bit of cramp happening there.
Yeah, there was indeed, Leo, as it's come back in the air and I just dinted that margin that got out to 22 points. It's back to 9. Can they get one more before the three-quarter time siren? Leo was appealing for another free kick for a throw.
It was a backhanded throw.
Nothing coming towards there as the ball's hovering near that boundary line. And they eventually come away with it this time. Taylor, handball to no one in particular. Hillman snaps it around cleverly. There's Baselli again. They'll go inside. Can they get a mark here? Green's at the back. Might favour him on the run. Should get rushed through here. Gone out of bounds for a throw in. Oh, he's paid deliberate again. He has paid deliberate. And the free kick's gone to Green. I've never seen more than one deliberate paid in a local game of football, and I've seen 2 today.
Interesting. The ball's going at 100 mile an hour with the wind down towards it. It's out of bounds anyway.
Green, check side. Missed it completely. Went around a couple. Umpires found a free kick for another hole. And the locals are not happy, and the free kick's going the way of...
Mate, they got the wind, they don't need you.
D'Amato.
Special comments there by the crowd. Oh, gee.
34 and a bit minutes have ticked over. D'Amato to bring it back within 3, and on the stroke of three-quarter time, you would imagine he's on his approach, got awfully close to the man on the mark. It's been touched off the boot.
Oh, no.
7:14, 56 plays, 9:10, 64, 34 and a half gone, third quarter.
Just trying to just drift that through on the breeze, and should have just kicked the absolute crapper out of it and didn't do so. So let off the hook there, Gembrook Cockatoo. Weller, long kick as far as you can, down the middle of the ground. Mark not paid, umpire lets him go. Little handball comes out the back and once more. Plenty of Berwick Spring jumpers at the moment. Back into the centre corridor they go. Gembrook need a bit of luck here. They do quite well. Well done to young Code. Just ran straight through the middle of the pack looking for Henson. He couldn't hang on to the football. Back in the hands of Berwick Springs. Kick back to the forward 50. It's been touched. Umpire says you've got to play on. Gembrook get the resulting turnover. Up the middle of the ground they go. 2-on-1 situation. Great little mark there. Play on Young. That's young Frazzetto. Wants to give it off now. Does so. We're leading. They'll just drop short. No one can not get all that mark. Go straight back to Frazzetto. He can't get all of it. Ball being tackled there pretty hard. Taken straight to ground. There's no prior opportunity. The ball actually spilt free. The umpire just lets him play on. Frazzetto once again just throws it out the back of the puck. Then he was flattened without the football. The umpire just lets him go once more. It's getting a bit willing. Close in there on three-quarter time. Frito got the handball out. Or did he throw it out? Umpire says it's okay. Little kick around the corner was smothered off the boot or south. They just really are going hell for leather towards this later part of the third quarter. Umpire back in the middle of the ground. Here they go. We want to get a kick in very quick. Does so. That's in the hands of Piper. Kicks it long towards the forward line. The mark's being taken over there. Berwick Springs can relieve the pressure.
37th minute mark has just ticked over. Can you believe it? They've nearly played a half of rugby league if you think about it. Ball comes to ground. That should be balled up, you would think, and will be. 56-20 gone, Leo, pretty much. Can you believe it?
No, I can. I don't want to.
Linda Fernie Creek by 7 points at three-quarter time. Ball back up in the air. Clearing kick came from Smith. Where's that gone? It's found a teammate. It's been marked by Bernhagen. He was off his line. He sure was. Handballed over the top to Crestani, who goes out even wider to Alcott. Alcott to the pocket. And Bryce Wareham marks.
Come back a bit. I'm not sure if you can make the distance from there because you're actually kicking straight into the breeze from there. This is a good spot to kick from if you're within range.
My old man reckons the Linda Fernie Creek don't have a big enough lead.
Oh, that's a free kick to Berwick Springs, no doubt about that. That probably just wasn't quite on.
38-minute mark, Leo.
No. I remember quarters like this down at Belgrave. Jason would too. We used to do it on the old tape, just about ran out of tape. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there. Aiden's gone to sleep, it's just about past his bedtime.
All I hear him is like, I hear him through the microphone with puffing and blowing. I think he's half asleep over there.
We'll get him going.
I'll call this bit of play here anyway. So the mark has been taken. I think that's Code who's just got onto that one. No, it's Verhagen. I saw one with something else, but took a guess and didn't work out. Anyway, Verhagen puts the ball inside 50 here for Gembrook Cockatoo. Ball's one at the green, that's Cristani. He tried to get handball to Ferreira, but Ferreira couldn't quite pluck it. Now kick out of the defensive 50 for Berwick Springs. It's cut off though. Kick back inside 50 to Wareham.
Good mark. Good mark.
And Wareham's taken the mark. Is it Wareham? Actually, might be Ferreira.
No, it is. Oh, no, we started Ferreira.
No, it is Ferreira, yep.
We know how the ball can drift around there. 38 minute. You're right, mate.
But he's been pretty good so far today, Michael Ferreira. He's already kicked 3, this for his 4th.
He needs to kick a big hook, or really, no, there it is. And now he can't run out
on the siren. The 38 minutes have elapsed and finally the quarter's ended, and Michael Ferreira on the 3/4 time siren to give it Gembrook an even bigger lead. It's a more steady approach, and it's across the face. And I don't think it has registered a score in the end.
Just waiting for
conference between goal umpire and bench umpire.
Take the point.
It is out of bounds on the full. So 3 goals and no behinds and 1 out of the full for Michael Ferreira. As we head into 3/4 time. Leo, what did you think about that quarter?
Well, off to a good start, Gembrook Cockatoo, and really got a handy lead there halfway through that quarter.
To Emerald 8, 9.57. Hillsville still leading Seville. 6-11-47 to Seville, 4-4-28. And Division 2 scores here, we'll get them out real quick. Broadford Yea, 5-2-32. Trailing King Lake, 12-13-85. Powelltown, 15-13, 103. Are leading Alexandra, 13-10, 88. And Warburton Millgrove, 4-5-29. Are trailing Yarra Junction, 14-10, 94. Leo.
No problems. Mark's been taking it out of wing, Liam.
Yeah, I told you that Yarra Junction would win today. That's a tip back for me. I might be closer to Rory Sloane. No idea. Ball out of bounds on the outer side. Getting quite dark here, very scary.
Yeah, it's because it's night time, that's what it is.
Yeah, you would be mistaken for it. It's nearly 7:25 here at the moment. Carlton and Geelong are about to start. Ball thrown in, about 55 out from home for the Gembrook Cockatoo Football Club. Leo getting very annoyed with the handballs. The pen's been thrown again. First goal of this final quarter, ultimately important. If Berwick Springs can get it, she's on. But if not,
it'll be on again. In here.
Yeah, I could get belted by Leo. We don't want that. Ball will go forward for Berwick Springs. It does sit up though, but there's numbers going back with the flight of the football. I'm pretty sure that's been marked out there by Welsh. Welsh switches play. It was intended for Alcott, but it sat up there for a little bit too long. Can Berwick Springs find a target here going forward? They have to go backwards to go forwards. Is this to kick the ball forward? It slipped through the hands that time of Green. No. And they're going to get a shot against the breeze.
Well, there's too many fumbles there by Gembrook. You just can't do that. You got to get it down. It must put it out of bounds in the forward pocket. But never mind. Tommy Nelson's got it.
Tom Nelson from about 20 out on that slight angle. He's got to start it still relatively out right, or left I should say, and let that breeze blow it to the right towards that gate taker's hut. He's on his approach. The kick is a shocker. Oh,
he allowed way too much.
Yep, not good.
7:15, 57 plays, 9:10, 64, 2 gone, set the final quarter.
Oh, just only 38 minutes to go. But opportunity lost there. Gembrook Cockatoo again, just high kicks to no one in particular, and handballs to don't know where they're going, over the head and so forth, so just indirect. Are they going to take the attacking side? Are they going to go straight through the middle of the ground? They're opting to go towards the member side of the ground. This will suit Berwick Springs quite well. There's plenty of numbers there, one-on-ones everywhere at this stage. Over the football, Berwick Springs, are they going to be pinged? Volter's got the tackle on, the umpire lets him go. Volter goes back and gets it once again. Been very good. Over to Alcott, dodges one. Gets a kick out quickly, looking for Henson, drops the mark, but good enough to go back. No, he goes straight backwards. Why on earth he does that? I've got no idea. He was running straight towards goal and went backwards unnecessarily, and the ball's been turned over. The mark's been taken by Hillman. Goes very, very short. Mark wouldn't have been paid, it was too short anyway. Just fills out the back of the pack, a little bit of a flip there. There's a bit of a height tackle.
Leo's about to crack it.
Well, Henson there had the ball running straight down towards the goal. Actually did a U-turn to go back to handball to a bloke 10 metres behind him. Really? Why? Handball. Unnecessary. Kick backwards there by Berwick Springs. It's been marked by Macrio Demetrius. Goes sideways once more. They're off and running again. Go long down towards the outer side. Looks like Kuza had that. Goes towards the boundary line. The ball's just bouncing around there. It's been picked up at the last moment by Isbester. What can he do with it? They just go very, very short. They're still on the boundary line on the defensive side. Gembrook putting a bit of pressure on them now. They'd want to go back into the centre corridor. They can't. Goes down the outer side, and that's a very good kick, and the mark's been taken by, I think that might be Kaiser out there.
Yep, we'll go with it.
Kaiser.
Sounds like a fancy car, if you ask me. Kicks it down the line. Genuine
Good
pack
mark.
there.
Smith.
That's well brought down by the man with the Bailey Smith-like mullet. And Smith, you heard Leo say it. They're out through the middle of the ground. Here is Wareham. They need a mark from this next kick, although it's going to find... Oh, I thought it was going to find the ground, but it's been cut off by Baselli, who kicked a goal late in that final quarter, off a third quarter, I should say, off a 25-metre penalty. He kicked it that time to Malik, who brings it out even wider. This is Hocking. Hocking goes for a run on the outer side. He'll slam it short. Well, I thought he was going to slam it long, but he slammed it short. They're still going to go. They're taking everything on here at the moment. Are the Titans. They're still 8 points. They're still 7 points down. They're nearly back inside forward 50. Leo's about to burst an absolute woofer valve here. They're going to go inside forward 50 again. Actually, it goes to the tippity top of the square. Has it got the carry? No, it doesn't. Comes to ground. And it's been rushed through for a behind.
Well, there's had plenty of people walking past the commentary van today, and there's another one just trying to put him off his game as the ball's brought back into play here, this time by Weller, who just goes with a long thumping ball. Gee, that's gone right to centre wing, but it's cut up by Macrio Demetrius, wasting absolutely no time. He handballs to a teammate in Simonson, but it's straight over his head, and that ball trickles out of bounds. It'll be thrown in at about half forward here for Berwick Springs. Kicking against the breeze, they've got a big task in this last quarter. If they're going to win this game, they're already behind at the moment.
There's a lot of players free everywhere at the moment. They're just like Brown's cows out there at the moment. Still got a free player top of the 50 at the moment, Berwick Springs. Too many players around the football. You don't have that many bees in a honey pot. You've got to have a couple out there as well.
It's all right, Leo. Still 35 minutes to go the way we've gone today.
Yep, the ball's locked up again, so it'll be balled up here.
Going off the first three quarters, we've had 32, 35 and 38-minute quarters. This one's going to go for 41.
Thanks a lot for that.
There we go. So they continue to surge the ball forward here to Berwick Springs. That's beautifully marked. So Gembrook with a chance to counter-attack. It's a kick across goal, but it's straight to Alcott. So Leo, the nerves were not required. And that kick there, not a bad one there to Crestani. He gets to it beautifully. And they're going to start getting the ball moving through the middle of the ground here. This is Bourne, I'm pretty sure. Bourne took on the tackler, and that's holding the ball. Probably the big fella thought that that was his game. They're trying to sell the candy, but it has not worked at all. And the free kick to be taken here, this time by Nelson. And that kick there not working out very well at all. But Berwick Springs continue to have possession of the ball, but someone's got to pick it up first. Now this kick just gets socked along the ground. No clear possession here for the time being, but getting onto it here for the moment is Henson. And still the ball just bobbling along the ground now. That ball just slapped back into the pack, picked up by Nelson. Nelson with not a bad handball out to D'Amato, but it's cut off that time. I think no, couldn't quite get possession of the ball. There was Weller.
Oh dear.
And now the ball into the centre of the ground, but it's Malik who cuts it off here for Berwick Springs. They had all the numbers there. He throws the ball onto the boot. No mark taken. Gembrook have got the numbers here now, but again, it's Berwick who win the ball. Berwick Springs, that is. And the ball's still bobbling along the ground, and it looks like Gembrook Cockatoo are going to get away here. Yes, they are. They go through the middle of the ground. This is inside 50 in the direction, and beautifully taken by Verhagen. And I think he's going to back himself in for the set shot. So
Well, it was a good direct kick from south all the way straight down the middle of the ground to Verhagen. Just, if you're going to be in trouble in your forward line, try and keep it in there.
yeah, that's it. So Jay Verhagen.
Distance shouldn't be a problem.
2 goals today. That's it. Distance shouldn't be a problem. It's just going to be the accuracy with this breeze. It's for his 3rd goal of the afternoon. He puts it up in the air, letting the breeze move it around. The crowd seem to like it. Going by not moving. It's a goal. So first goal of the last quarter here to Gembrook Cockatoo. Jay Verhagen's kicked his 3rd. And they skip away now to an even bigger lead.
Yeah, 10-10-70. I know there's no scoreboard out there for you, Aiden. 7-16-58 at Berwick Springs. 7.5 minutes gone in the last quarter. And, well, sort of a goal against the tide though at that stage. So I thought Berwick Springs had most of the running in this particular quarter so far. It's only 7 minutes gone, but just a bit rearranging themselves there, I think, Gembrook Cockatoo. And Just got to make sure they've got an opponent and don't all get sucked into the honeypot, because they've been spreading quite well, Berwick Springs. The handballs that are going errantly outwards are going straight to Berwick Spring Titans at this stage. Schultz get the secondary tap out there, but it's been cleared out here once again. Handball over the top. Could have been Baselli there from Berwick Springs. It's getting quite dark out there at the moment. They've got the ball on the outer wing. They should have used the yellow footy in the last quarter too, Liam. Would have been handy. It's a very good, strong mark. Taken about 45 metres out, and that's been taken over there by Tommy Nelson. And he has so far kicked 1 goal or 1, and he finds himself about 35 metres out, maybe 40.
Needs to kick this.
Let's hope he doesn't. As a biased comment, apologies to Berwick Spring people. But here he comes. Very important goal here in the scheme of things for the Titans. Not much between these two sides. Coming in now. 45-degree angle, 40-metre kick, puts it up very high and very wide. Good-looking kick at the moment. Did it make the distance? Umpire says no, off the ground. It has been kicked off the ground and it's gone straight through the middle.
That was Rattle, I'm pretty sure.
Well, that could have rattled him as well, but he's getting a lot of high fives and low fives, and a brilliant goal out there, quick thinking. And Berwick Springs, they get that score there. Liam, I'll just keep my eye on that young fella. Rattle is what Aiden's going with. We'll
Never turn around for us.
See. They will in a tick. Can't quite see around the corner.
No, it's Rattle.
It's number 13. Should never have doubted you. Nick Rattle with that goal. 8-16. 64. That's Dean Alcott, by the way. 10-10-70. We're 6 point
locals.
Getting harassed. 6 points ball game.
Yeah, what a game this has turned out to be. Exciting. We've still got 32 minutes going off our projections for the first 3 quarters. It's down inside forward 50 for Gembrook Cockatoo.
Move it down there.
That's gone out of bounds for a throw-in. 10-10 plays 8-16. 24 scoring shots to 20.
Let's see how they sit behind the football now. They're actually in no man's land after these players. They can push up a lot further.
They can indeed. Ball back in. Completely missed both ruckmen, and we'll have a take 2 here. 10 gone.
Gone? I'm sorry, guys. I'm just watching how they're setting up behind play, and it's not to my liking.
That throw in very shallow once again.
Spuds.
That's Ferrito. He's still out there. I thought he was going into a function.
He's kicked that out. He took that out of the ruck, and I'm just waiting for the goal umpire here. And there's been no decision.
No,
The players reckon it's a behind.
Well, I thought the goal umpire's come back to the centre of the goals to signal the goal. Field umpire blew a whistle, and the boundary umpire's come in after it and say it's out
Ferrito's
about
going
the
to
full.
argue the point, is he? No.
Nah, the players all reckon it's a point.
Well,
is it? No, it's out in the full, I think.
it's gone out in the full. I thought the goal umpire just
go.
walked straight back to the middle. I thought he signalled the goal. You're just about to call that goal of the year.
Yeah.
Michael Frito, 3 goals, no points, 2 out in the full. Apparently today.
Bryce Wareham, 1 goal, 3. And out on the full.
Hey, you blokes.
Mark taken further
I
down.
know where you live.
Oh dear.
He knows where I live. That's the most concerning thing.
Beautiful.
Oh. Ball down the line. And that's just going to find the sanctuary of the boundary line.
Out in the full, the stickling? No, yes, no. That's an interesting kick, though, by Frito. Because the goal umpire fooled me. I don't know about you, Liam, but he sort of ran across, looked underneath the goal post when it's actually gone outside the point post.
Yeah. We're still arguing the point with the goal umpire there, I think.
Well, I'm arguing with you. Oh, yeah, so there you go. What do we know? We know nothing. That's why we're in here.
Exactly.
Rather
right.
being here today, though, than out there, I can tell you what.
It is so good. Right now, Volta has been very good and just hasn't disposed of the footy as well as what he would like. But it's been very, very, very good. So it's still out of bounds on the outer wing in front of the old scoreboard. A few more signs up there now, and they're totally different to what they used to be when I was there. Throw in. Bang, big hit out over the top by Nelson. Aiden goes down towards Gembrook Cockatoo's half forward line. Being picked up there, he's been also very good, Macro Demetrius. And he has kicked it straight over the fence and out of bounds on the full. So this could be in for another long quarter, boys. Already 12 minutes gone. Solitary goal to Gembrook in this quarter, 10-10-70. And so far, 1-2 against the Breeze by Berwick Springs. So they're doing all right. They're a goal in it at this stage. They did play a draw back in round 7. And, well, can they do it again? We hope not. Otherwise, they're leaving them out anyway. Quick kick out there of the pack. Berwick Springs have got loose numbers everywhere at the moment, so I'm not sure what the defensive play of Gembrook Cockatoo is at this stage. They're just taking their time, working their way through. Go short once again. Gembrook Cockatoo setting up behind the play. They let a lot of holes out in front. The umpire calls him to play on. Low kick. It's getting dark out here. Smith overruns the footy for Gembrook Cockatoo. They've got a couple of handballs out there. Nicely done over the top there by Aaron Ferrito. And the ball just keeps going down. They've got the mark centre wing. Oh, could that be 50? No, it's not. Michael Ferrito. How can you leave him standing all alone in the middle of the ground?
Look at that.
Big, long, high kick. Looking for Wareham. Goes over the top of everybody's head. Just running in front of Basella. He couldn't get hold of it. Now, is that deliberate? It's as deliberate as the other one. Different umpire. What do you reckon, Liam?
He probably played for the boundary line there, but we've already seen the two today paid, so I doubt we'll see another one or else.
Well, it was the opposite umpire who paid the other one. I think a throw-in's a correct decision. What else can defenders do at that stage? We're going to try and get a goal here. Throw in, forward pocket, Puff and Billy into the ground. Over the top they go. Taking it out of the ruck. You're going to get pink for holding the ball there, young Verhagen, and he has been. Tried to do the right thing, didn't work out. Oh, here's a chance now. Berwick Springs going to the attacking side of the ground. It was a good kick. The mark's being taken by Rattle. Kicked the goal just before. Goes very, very short. Frudo just spoils the ball. Barges his way through. Is that in the back? Umpire says no. Wareham goes back in and is that one in the back? It's holding. Take your pick. And they won 50. We haven't got that anymore either. But I think Wareham's going to get the free kick. Frudo's going to get the free kick. It's Wareham with it. Now he's been kicking basically on the wrong side of the goal with a bruise on 2 or 3 occasions, Liam and Aiden. There's an opportunity. Miles Wareham, he's kicked 1 goal, 3 and none of it on the full.
I've just been hit in the head.
No, you haven't.
Oh,
Probably
Just a figment of your imagination.
oh.
It was a good one too.
Where am I?
Just a little flick.
Oh, gee.
Good to see that I'm not the one on the receiving end for the change.
It's all good. So Wareham.
I would have preferred it if you were, personally.
No, you don't. You're lucky you never played football. Simonson, not on the mark. Now it's Wareham. Miles, can he kick a goal? Just can't let it drift too far left.
Hasn't had one out in the full yet.
Coming in now. Oh, he has now, has he?
No, he's kicked.
Oh, that's a horrible kick off the boot.
That's 1 goal 4.
And he's sure that was a shot. Big opportunity lost. 71 leads, 64. Could be a handy point. 15 gone. Quarter number 4. Well, that just come off the boot. Terrible. So, opportunity lost. Should have gone down with cramp and lifted in the hands of Ferrito. Can you do that?
The Demetrius will slam one well outside the forward 50, but it's been fisted back inside the attacking 50 for Gembrook Cockatoo. The umpire calls for it straight away. 15.5 gone. 7-point ball game. 10-11. Plays 8-16. Still incredibly blustery here at Gembrook. Ball tumbles wide. Frazzetto's going to get back to meet it. Gave the handball off. It was a dangerous one too. They could be away, although that kick was no good.
Well done.
Pantoro took a few on. Another kick smothered off the boot. Now they'll go inside again. Can they get a mark? Ferrito was out the back. It just bounced him at a pretty inopportune time, but it's in a very handy spot.
Better there than Hoya, and just took off before he got a hold of the footy there. Alcott did the right thing, but just spent it before he got it.
Ball's going to be thrown back into play. Forward here for Gembrook. Ferrito's gone into the ruck here. He sort of won the tap himself, tried to rove it himself too. The ball eventually spills that little soccer off the ground. It's taken by Hillman, and that was a very good handball to Owsley, the skipper, and he just throws onto the boot into the middle of the ground. Mark not quite taken there, but there is a free kick. There's a free kick being paid, and it's going to go the way of Thomas Nelson. And he wastes no time. He sends that ball inside 50 here for Berwick Springs, or maybe not quite. It fell a little bit short, but Nelson essentially running onto his own kick there. And they're going to get it away here now with Gembrook Cockatoo. That ball going very, very long the other way into the direction of Miles Ware. He can't take the ball cleanly, though. The ball bounced in front of him and bounced off his chest, and it spills out of bounds. So boundary throwing now at half forward again here for Gembrook Cockatoo on the outer side of the ground.
17 minutes gone.
That's it. Still probably another 25 to go.
Why it's been going.
Yep.
I reckon it must have a slow battery or something. I'm not quite sure what's happening over there.
So the ball's going to be thrown back into play right in front of the light tower here. The wind just sort of almost keeping the ball up there for a little bit longer than what it should have. Running onto the ball there is Kaiser. And eventually they throw the ball into the boot here. No mark taken though, and that trickles out of bounds. Another boundary throw in half forward there for Gembrook Cockatoo.
Williamstown light conditions, Aiden.
They are, aren't they?
Yeah, probably not quite that bad, but still, yeah, it'd be very cold out there. You can see a lot of beanies out here today, a lot of puffer jackets. It's cold. It's Melbourne in July. That's what it is. And the tap one out there that time, I think it was by the big fella there in Simonson. And the ball just...
Well, you can't stop, son.
Frizzetto, I think it was, taken in a tackle, and he's not. No, it was, and he's not too happy about it. And I think that's Renders who's put him in the tackle and wasting no time with the kick, but it was turned over there by Gembrook Cockatoo. And no real clear possession of the ball here at the moment. It's pretty red hot, and it's going to be balled up. So balled up on the wing here. Still on the outer side of the ground, so not a lot of movement in these last couple of minutes, boys.
Not a lot at all, so back in the centre of the ground. Can they get it out? Basto gets a tap out for Gembrook Cockatoo. It's in the hands of a South. What can he do with it? Goes on the left foot, looking for his teammate over there, and Matthew Frizzetto couldn't quite find him. Close to the boundary line at the moment. Handball spills its way out. Here's an opportunity as the kick goes into the forward 10 metre square. Here's it out. Running into an open goal. And picking it up and doing it quite nicely is Jay Verhagen. He has kicked 4. He hasn't spotted up too many times, but when he has, well, in the last half, he's kicked 4 in the last half, and that's a very handy goal. Trying to get the ball moving quick, and it's exactly what they need to do. 11-11, 77. Gembrook Cockatoo, 8-16, 64. Berwick Springs, 19 minutes has just been ticked over. Well, they kicked 12-11 at each in the last game, guys, so... another goal of Gembrook. Well, they've equalled the same score, but 24 shots to 22. Berwick Springs have had plenty of opportunities. Just as Breeze has probably put them off a little bit, although they should be used to it. There's a bit of breeze happening up there at McMorland Oval there at Berwick Springs, the Titanium. It's back in the middle again. Umpire Carroll throws the ball aloft. The Breeze gets hold of it a bit. Nice little tap out there once again by Basto. Can he get it out? South got a nice little handball to Henson. I think it could have been Smith, one or either or. Warren takes the mark. This is Bryce. Slips over at inappropriate time. Just settle down, young fella. Wait for something to open up. Kicks it to the attacking pocket at the moment. Looking for and a fighting. That's his broke. And here's another opportunity. Technically on the wrong side of the ground again here. Miles Wareham. He's kicked 1-4. The last kick just come horribly off the boot. This is when you wish you were a left footer, I think, Liam. It's just not a great place to kick goals from. You've got to kick it hard. Just straight at that right goal post. Don't kick it soft or she'll just drift across. Could go anywhere. You can hear in the crowd saying in the background, that's come off the boot, horrible. And it's gone through for another behind. So could have kicked it back, but he hasn't. 11-12, a 78 Gembrook Cockatoo. They lead a Berwick Springs 8-16, 64-20. Minutes gone in the last quarter. We'll see what's happening around town, Aiden. Take it away, Liam.
Ball back in. Mark paid for Berwick Springs.
Really?
Hillman went to the outer side. And what's happened there? Yeah, paid a free kick for front on contact by the looks of it. Simonson now. Kicks it forward and he's coughed it up. So Gembrook Cockatoo, they've got that 14-point lead now. They'd be upset if they let this go. They're in control of the game, I say. What can be done from here? They're inside their forward 50, but it's found the sanctuary of the boundary line once again.
Well, that's what you want to do. Get it down as far as you can there. It's going to, for every one kick down towards the Gembrook goals, it's 2 kicks to get it back against the Breeze by Berwick Springs. So unless you're out in the open, just get it out there. You find all the players are in 1/3 of the football ground at the moment, so they've really condensed this ground. And you've got Wareham standing at the top of the forward 50 at the moment, so he can be a switch player. Is it Wareham? Oh no, it's Alcott. He's the one you want to get it out of here too. His hair looks like a helmet. Football coming out again. That's where they wanted to go. Went straight up and straight down. No one got any fingers on that football at all. It just bounced down on the ground. There's a whistle on play and another free kick going away at Berwick Springs. Umpire says he was held without it. And the free kick there. Is that Ousley with it?
No, it's not.
No, it's not Ousley. He hasn't got a ponytail like that. Berwick Springs kick it back in the centre of the ground now. A handball comes over the top, straight into a pack of players. Umpire just lets them play on. I think a bit of fatigue starting to kick in as well. Kick up very high by Smith. Merrim in the front, almost marked over there by Fletcher at Berwick Springs. Handball comes out. This man hasn't been too bad either. Macro Demetrius finally picks it up. Good Shepherd laid. Macro Demetrius gives it to a teammate who fumbles at the inappropriate time. There's body spilling out everywhere at the moment. You can't go inboard or outboard. Handball. What's had a fresh air shot. That looked rather funny. Handball over the top by Cristani. Opportunity there for Wareham. Bryce, and he's just snuck it through for a behind as well. That kick attempt was interesting, guys.
Yeah, it was indeed.
Missed the boot.
11-13-79 at 22.5-minute mark of the last quarter. 8-16-64. Gembrook in the ascendancy by 15 points. They need 3 goals to score. Playing on from full back. That's Simonson. Kicks it long to the outer side of the ground. It's been marked and they can play on straight away if they want to. But Berwick Springs just settle the game down a little bit.
Yeah, inboard kick was good and found Warland. They need the next one and they need it rather quickly, but they're defending really well here are the Brookers. Warland plays on and was met downfield. So it's a free kick down the ground going the way of Berwick
Boundary
Springs.
umpire has signalled out in the full.
No, field umpire first paid downfield as Warland was taken to ground after he disposed of the football. Or has he changed his mind? No, it's going all the way back to Warland. I don't see why you go all the way back to where he kicked it. I think that's personally poor umpiring. Ball inboard. Weller.
Got to kick a goal there.
And there's a shot on goal.
Missed.
Missed again. 11-14, 8-16.
They really had to be kicked that time, didn't they? Opportunity gone there, and that was Verhagen. So he's had his put boots on. That was the one just gone begging. 11-14-80. Gembrook Cockatoo. 8-16-64. Berwick Springs. 24 minutes gone. Quarter number 4. Macro Demetrius takes another mark.
It's Macro Demetrius, and he goes straight into the centre of the ground, so you'd think Berwick Springs are probably going to start trying to take the game on here, and it's probably going to be the only way. Trying to get onto the ball there that time is Mister. Get onto it, and the ball has fallen straight into the lap. A big spot for Rito. He's kicked 3 this afternoon and 2 out in the full. No behinds as of yet, and he's lining up now for his 4th goal.
I got him for 3 straight.
Oh, so do I. Yeah, I don't care.
Well, you know, I said no behinds and 2 out in the full, is what I said.
Yeah, well,
yes.
it's harsh.
Yeah,
It's harsh, but fair.
300 plus games.
Harsh.
Here we go.
There he goes, the big fella.
Rito. Lining up for goal number 4. This to just about seal it for Gembrook Cockatoo. That's
the ground a bit there.
a looking kick. Goal umpire's not moving. It's straight over the goal umpire's cap, and Michael Ferrito has put through his 4th goal for the afternoon.
Start the car.
12-14-86.
Start the car and don't pay for petrol is what Liam said.
8-16-64. Berwick Springs. 25 minutes gone there, and Spud Ferrito just kicking that towards.
As Liam just given me the bird in the van. He's not too happy about that one.
Isn't he?
He's been giving me drive-bys all day.
So have you.
It's a long walk home.
I'll just get the bus if I have to.
There's a bus. One comes through every Monday up here at Gembrook.
And the ball's back in the centre now. It's going to be Schultz and Russell in this contest here.
Could be in line for an interview the way he's going.
Russell just essentially grabbed out of the ruck and he throws it onto that right boot. A bit of a spiralling old ball. No mark taken. It's just inside 50 for the moment for Berwick Springs, but Gembrook win it away. That ball just going right out to the outer side on the wing.
Missed.
No clear position there, trying to run onto it. That time was Mastriani, but couldn't quite get there before the ball trickled out of bounds. So boundary throw in on the wing. And not too much longer left to go. We're 26 minutes into the final quarter.
Still could be 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, that's it. Maybe even 15.
26 gone.
So boundary throw in. It's Schultz winning it out there that time. I think might have been Aidan Nelson. And the ball again just up and under for the time being. It's still on the wing. No clear possession here. Now eventually Gembrook Cockatoo to get it. I think that time it might have been Henson with it. He's taken in a tackle. And Gembrook Cockatoo going backwards to go forwards here. That's not a bad kick. It's just over the head though, and it's cut off.
Bad kick. It's a shocker.
Berwick Springs going to put the ball into their forward 50, but no mark taken. So who's going to win it here for the moment? Again, no real clear possession. Oh, that is a dumping tackle laid there. And that's going to be balled up, Leo.
Certainly will. Welsh did that. And look, Aaron Tamble's galore at the moment, Liam.
Yeah, it is indeed. Can they fight? Get at least 1 or 2 back here, Berwick Springs. You'd think that the time might just be against them here. Simonson had the footy, was wrapped up by 2 Brookers straight away. Secondary ball up, ticked into the 28th minute of play now. Umpire wasted no time, straight back up in the air again. Both ruckmen got a bit of a hit out to it. Schultz kicked it into the back of his teammate. That's a great run down tackle. That's holding the footy.
Absolutely. Henson just took 1 step too many.
Simonson with the free kick. He'll kick it inside forward 50. Can they get a mark? Here as the 695 bus goes past.
That's the last bus too, mate.
No, it's not. Ball comes to ground. No, it wouldn't be.
It is.
No, it wouldn't be, I don't think.
That's the last bus in Gembrook. Don't you worry about that.
We might have to rent one of the puffing billies. Ball goes up. Ooh, intelligent tap down out the back, but it was only as far as a Gembrook Cockatoo player who just slams it onto the boot and kicks it to the outer side, where Hillman is trying to fight Frizzetto on a one-on-one here. Frizzetto will kick it back towards the middle of the ground. Quite a good 1-2. It'll bounce in front of about 3. It bounced kindly for Bryce Wareham, who gave it off to a teammate who kicks inside forward 50. South to the top of the square. Dribbles across the face through from behind.
Frito's legs look a bit sore, don't they? He's got he's dragging the one leg at the moment, so just finding it a bit hard. 12-15 now, 87. Gembrook Cockatoo 8-16, 64. Berwick Springs just over the 28-minute mark, like William said. Last opportunity now for Berwick Springs, playing on from full back. Macro Demetrius has been quite good for him back there. They're just trying to stall things up. Gembrook really clogging up that half-forward line, playing it on straight away, touching to the ground with a long kick on the outer side. Aidan Nelson goes very close to that boundary line. Gembrook Cockatoo be quite happy to see that go out of bounds. There's a Mark Andor free kick. Does anybody know what's going on? Boundary umpire, no. Field umpire says it's a free kick there to Berwick Springs. Short kick inboard. Finds Aidan Nelson. What can he do with it now? They play it on, turn it over once again. Ensign gets it for Gembrook Cockatoo. Now that's better. Alcott stayed out, didn't have to go into the honeypot. Freed himself up, and a good little pass out here. And I reckon here now Miles Franklin should just go down with cramp, because every kick he's had from the side of the ground has been a shocker. I'll let you know that he has kicked 1 goal, 5.
Still waiting for that dreaded out in the full like last time.
But he's just on the worst side to kick goals for from a right footer's point of view. He's looking around. Is he going to kick it? He's going to have another shot. There's a big hole just right in front of him too. Someone just wants to dash into that.
He's pretty close now to that 2-6 out on the full. Just if he can get one more goal, one more behind, and out on the full.
This one off the boot.
Oh, that's much better.
Never in doubt. You are a doubting Thomas.
There we go. There's the goal.
And that was much better off the boot. Actually spun the correct way. Miles Frank.
A few Bronx cheers in the crowd as well.
They're giving it to him, aren't they? 13, a 15, a 93. Gembrook Cockatoo. Berwick Springs 8-16, a 64, 29, 30 minutes gone in the last quarter. So he's kicked what? 2 goals, 5.
Yep, that's it.
You're just waiting for one more, aren't you, Aidan? You're just willing him to get the ball, Liam, and to kick it out in the full. There you go.
I think we might start.
You might get able to smack it in the way you're going.
30 minutes gone, 2 goals, 5, none out on the full.
Well, there you go.
There still could be 11 minutes to go. No one our luck. 4 goals to 1 kick so far this quarter. Ball back in the
Who's doing it? You go. We're all commentating. Where you go, Liam?
We've lost all credibility.
We've lost
anyway.
credibility. You go, mate.
Yeah, the ball's inside forward 50. Where's Wareham? There's Hillman, handballed over the top. That was taken by Reinders. He might get it again, although the ball's bobbling around. The umpire should call for it here, and he does. 31 minutes nearly gone. It's a 29-point ball game. Played a complete last quarter here, have the Gembrook side, a good win, and it's several of continually going down. They're getting within touch of that top spot, can you believe? Ball comes out the back. It was found by Rattle, who kicked one this quarter off the ground.
Well done.
It's been cut off.
Welsh.
Where's Wareham? They kick inside forward 50. Ferrito's in a run-on-1. It comes to ground. Must admit it was quite nicely done, although you're in trouble, son. Oh, handball got away in time by Buscelli. Macrodemetris. Very good game today off Fort. Kick goes to the outer side. They're going to be inside forward 50 again here. Gembrook Cockatoo. Wareham's by himself. It's gone in his direction. Oh, he didn't get it. No, it comes to ground. We want it for one man and one man only. That's holding the footy. No, not quite.
Let's go with it, watch him. If you need a hand, come on it.
The locals are not happy.
Well, two Gembrook, Wareham and his teammate there, Verhagen, just clashed in the marking contest. Lack of voices, but they're desperate to try and get hold of footy. It's about 30 metres out from Gembrook's goal. Tapping it over the back was Ferreira, but it's been cleared by Berwick Springs. Goes back into the centre area there, but there's only Gembrook players. Smith's got it now. Comes back to the member side of the ground, looking for Liam Henson. Takes an uncontested mark.
Wareham.
Goes very, very short. In fact, too short. Bit of a Yorker length. Alcott picks it up. Gets tackled straight away. Verhagen busts his way out. Gets a quick kick. Shouldn't be paid. It was touch. Wareham tackled the player of the football. That's professionally behind, just rushing through.
Professionally done.
It was Buscelli for a rush behind the Gembrook Cockatoo. 13, 16, 94 now. Gembrook Cockatoo. 8, 16, 64.
Even 4
Berwick
goals.
Springs 32 and a half gone. The last quarter. Messages coming galore. Take it away, Aidan.
So they continue to move the ball along the outer wing here, do Berwick Springs.
Harsh, Jason,
Ball,
harsh.
stays inside for the moment. So, and Gembrook Cockatoo are going to get this ball moving inside 50. What has he said there, boys? Long, high up and under ball. And mark is taken here, so Berwick Springs holding off for the time being.
So why not go your up ways, Jason? How are they going at the moment?
So Kaiser just looking around, wants to go for the outer side of the ground here. So high up and under ball to a pack. And no mark taken, ball spills to ground. Eventually, that was that man there, Henson winning the ball. And the ball going backwards here again to go forwards to Gembrook Cockatoo. That's not a bad kick in the direction of Alcott. The bounce wasn't all that kind for him. He made it work okay, though. He's gone to Bourne, back to Alcott. Alcott sold a bit of candy, did that very well. Another handball. No kicks as of yet, which I know Lau won't be too fond of. Eventually, with the ball here is Aaron Ferredo.
Oh, there it is.
Surely Wareham. Left boot. No, Wareham, is that Wareham? No, it's not. It's Verhagen. There's Wareham there, but he can't quite get the ball taking possession. That's Brendas.
That's a free.
Wareham got in there.
Hey!
Liam has absolutely smashed the bench here in the commentary van. And Miles Wareham's going to have another shot for goal. Pretty tight angle, but...
Big chance of doing what here, Aiden?
Well, possibly kicking it out on the full. And Liam absolutely loves it. So Miles Wareham on a very tight angle, kicking to the puffing Billy end.
He can't get 2-6 again, sure.
He's got Ursula there to run out here. He's getting a few instructions here by the Berwick Springs coaching fraternity as well.
He's gone with drop punt, would you believe? No, he's gone the banana.
He's got it.
That's a goal.
So 3 goals, 5 Miles Wareham. He's finishing off pretty strong. And another goal there for Gembrook, and they are well and truly home now.
Well, they are, because it's 14-16, 100, and first to 100 usually wins. 8-16, 64. We've been going exactly 34.5 minutes in this final quarter. And Carlton is where on the ladder? 0. And North is what? Don't, Jason. You've obviously had too much coffee today. He's really getting stuck into it, isn't he?
Yes, he is. Now you know how I feel when I get bullied by you and Cameron.
I'm not bullying you. We just love you, Liam.
You just need it sometimes, though. We've got to put you back in your place.
It's 5 o'clock.
We're off air.
Ball back in the air. Comes to ground. Don't tell me they could kick another one. I'm telling you, this could go. 35 minutes we've gone already.
We'll have to go quickly through our scores towards the end of it. Go.
Oh, I've got to find a quick interview as well. Ball comes to the outer side. Kick came that time from Nelson. To no one in particular because it found grass and the umpire will call for a stoppage. I'm telling you, this has been a long day.
Interview that bloke out here, Dean Alcott. That's Alcott. That's Alcott's old man.
Oh, well, there we go.
Plenty of them out there.
Ball back up in the air. Hit out that time from the ruckman of Berwick Springs. Doesn't go to anyone in particular. Still bobbles its way around the middle of the ground here. Who's that trying to pick up the football? A bit of a scrambly there. That was Aaron Ferredo. Gives off the handball. I tell you what, here is that young man again who's been really, really good today. And Alcott ran himself into a little bit of trouble, but he got himself out. That's holding the ball.
Oh, yep. Just took a little bit too long there.
Good tackle there from Nelson. He'll get the free kick. Dangerous kick, but just got there in time to that man, the number 9. That's Hutchison. Ticked into 37 minutes of play. Kick up the middle. No good. Cut off by Dan Welsh. Crowd want him to go a barrel. He's not going to have a go, is he? No, he's not. Oh, what's he done there? And there's the siren.
My goodness gracious me.
That looked like Liam Vertigan kicking a football.
Patch thumbs and small. Good on you, Jace. Well, the siren has just sounded, if you couldn't hear that in the background. It was a good win here to Gembrook Cockatoo in the finish. 14-16, 100. Berwick Springs 8-16-64, so a really good win there to the Brookers in the finish. And, well, did the Breeze have something to do with it? Perhaps, because they got off to a very good start. And that often makes it very, very difficult for the opposition. But had to be done at home, and between these two sides, and that can consolidate Gembrook into their second spot. So that will be very handy. Goal kickers on the park for Gembrook Cockatoo. A young fella, Jay Verhagen, finished with 4, as did Michael Ferredo, with 3 goals kicked by Miles Wareham. And in the finish, also Piper kicking 1. And Liam Henson also with a couple of goals there as well. For Berwick Springs, we've got 1 goal there to Carlin Baselli, 2 to Corey Green, like the way he plays footy. Nicky Rattle and Tommy Nelson also kicked the goal, as did Dyson Morris. Also Brody Wallen and 1-2 Ethan D'Amato. So really spread out there quite well, but Berwick Springs just outplayed by Gembrook Cockatoo today. We're quickly going to go through some of our scores. I'm not sure if Aidan's going to get them up for us, and because we're very, very late as well.
We'll have a look here, Gembrook.
We'll see how we go.
I should say. So, full time.
Yep.
Wandon 13-15-93 have defeated Upwey Tacoma 9-11-65. Pakenham 18-27, 135 are leading Mount Evelyn 1-4-10. Belinda Ferny Creek 9-6-60 are leading